welcome to this week's episode of the Patches In podcast. I was thinking about that because we usually say it's been a while, but it's not. We've been doing these weekly now.
See, we've always done it the wrong way around. Like years ago, when we wanted to be weekly, but we never were. We were always like, "Oh, this week's podcast," and then it was like 2 months later.
Yeah.
But I think we can safely say this week's podcast now.
Yeah, with 6 in a row.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Consistency,
unless
boys.
I fuck the edit up tonight, which is
Most likely.
which is on the cards. I'm joined by my fellow podcast hosts, Dom
Alright, guys.
and Hamish,
Hi everyone.
and I'm Hugh. Before I forget to tell everyone, it's been a busy couple of weeks.
Has it?
We've been
Surely if it's been a couple of weeks and we've been doing it weekly, which we've just talked about, people would have heard
last week was
week's stuff, mate.
the Scorpion King special, number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I picked a shorter,
Maybe
series of film.
franchise.
Yeah. We've been popping off.
That's uncouth, mate. We can't talk about all the downloads we're getting. Can't talk about our mad popularity.
Yeah.
Can't talk about how we're the best new podcast around that isn't
Portugal.
actually new at all.
In the land of Portugal.
Portugal. I like Portugal.
If any of our new Portuguese listeners are still around and not fed up already, let us know where you found us. We're just as confused as you are, probably.
Definitely more so.
Just let us know.
Yeah. And then send us over treats.
Yeah, Portuguese treats would be nice.
Yeah. I like that.
Either of you ever been to Portugal?
No. I've been to Spain, but I've not been to
Oh,
Portugal.
Dom, don't even start. You've done it, man.
I'm terrible at geography, and even I know that's a different country.
That's like saying, "Oh, have you been to Scotland?" No, but I've been to England. You're like, for fuck's sake.
That's
you
why I
ruined
said it, to get a rise out of you. Hugh. A rise at the host.
I think I've been. I think when my mum was pregnant with me, she went to Portugal.
Oh, so you've been
So
there.
I think maybe that's why
In utero?
they're like, yeah, he's one of us,
Oh, right, cool. I get it.
You didn't plan anything at all, did you?
No. I was thinking try to add because we've had feedback, boys. Right.
Oh yeah, we did. We did
my
have feedback.
Fiance.
There it is.
I had to fucking say it. She gave us some constructive feedback. I have to stop swearing as much.
Uh-huh.
I can agree. I actually heard myself and I was like, God, I say fucking a lot. So I'll bleep that one out. The other one was that I'm the funniest.
No, she
And
never
then
said that.
there's a large drop off.
I heard that note, mate.
Then it's Dom.
Yeah, now everyone just knows you're making shit up.
Yeah, come on, man.
No, she says we're good at film critique,
Oh, really?
which I think is our weakest strength.
Which is actually, we must be strong everywhere else, if that's the case.
Yeah, we're just that good at everything else.
Yeah,
I think it's like when we all come together, like thinking of a movie and deconstructing it, we all make valid points. But if one person came up with all those points, they would have a good critic. Where we're all kind of meandering and swinging wild.
So we've got a third of a good opinion each.
Yeah.
Alright, I get it.
I think that's a good synopsis.
Who put up the new Joker thing?
Oh, that was me. Yeah.
And he said, he would give this a 10 out of 10.
Like the other one.
I might, if this one's good, I will give it as due.
Yeah, so that's the.
It's got Lady Gaga.
Yeah, we've got the first look of Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn in it, and she looks quite menacing and quite mental in it. And I think that they are gonna need to go with a darker Harley, just the mental side, not the fun, bubbly Margot Robbie side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be, we've got that side of Harley Quinn already. So I think she's just gonna be. Probably not funny at all, just a complete fucking psychopath, to be honest. But
I can see Lady Gaga doing that well, though.
Yeah, Lady Gaga probably very good. I'm just so confused with this whole DC multiverse.
That's another
you've
world,
all seen
isn't
the James Gunn announcement and all the things he hopes to do. He hopes to do all these things.
Yeah.
Because I bet you the first 3 or not even 3 things, first 2 things totally fucking fail.
It's going to all be...
Do you think that they will fail, though? Because, again, a lot of people thought the Suicide Squad would bomb. And in theatres it did, but in DVD and streaming sales it bumped it back up.
It depends how you would define fail.
Yeah.
Because a film can do incredibly well, but it doesn't meet the expectations.
Yeah.
And that's just seen as, oh, well, it didn't make enough, so we're not making another one, even if it made tons of money.
Yeah, like, or an example of like a movie that's been hyped up. Like, I didn't know until today that, see, King Kong, the Peter Jackson one, that made profit. That was like 550 million. It made out of a 200 million budget. I hated that movie. I thought that movie was really shit.
It was boring, man.
It was
so
dull,
boring.
but there you go. But that's coming from a critique moment there. But then they made the money anyway. So, what does define like a bad?
Well,
sort of movie?
they're going to compare themselves to Marvel.
Oh yeah,
and they're going to go, Captain Marvel made over $1 billion, and that's that's a very average run of the mill fucking Marvel film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to go, right, okay, they'll put Batman or Superman or somebody up against it, and they'll go, why is that not making $1 billion? Superman should be making as much as fucking Captain Marvel.
Batman versus Superman should have, and it didn't.
I
And
think
was
that
scary.
made a lot though.
It didn't make as much as you
We're gonna have to
expected.
Google this now, aren't we?
But I would say, like,
as soon as
see,
there's the slightest disagreement,
but,
like, nah,
but
I'm
the see,
definitely right.
the like James Gunn's expectations for this, like, he'll be put up against his Marvel equivalent, which will be the Guardian series. So Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the last of those types of movies, is what, out the next month or so?
Yeah, it's pretty soon, but
Yeah.
I mean that's just bad management. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't, if you had a small family-owned business, you wouldn't be like, we're not making the money that Walmart's making, so we're useless. You know, what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. According to Wikipedia,
where we get all our facts.
well, it's a lot more believable than this podcast. Its budget was 250 million.
Uh-huh.
And it made 872 million.
But then,
But
like,
then you had like all the market.
Quick maths, Hugh. What's that?
What's that difference there?
Yeah.
500 million. 522 million.
You took a wee second there to get the
But I
22s.
think obviously
under
the budget doesn't include all like the marketing and stuff like that. And they usually
Yeah.
say double it, so don't know if it's a $500 million thing. You
Yeah.
don't like, obviously these are all probably estimates as well.
yeah.
But it definitely did make a lot of money, but it didn't make as much as they wanted it to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the hope. It's like we made money, but we didn't make all the money.
Yeah, got to make EA levels of money here.
Yeah.
But well, the critiques there about movies as well, which is fair. I think, like, we've all got different tastes in movies as well. Like,
Yeah, mine are good.
is that what it is? Yeah. But I mean, like,
do you not think the best movie ever is Never Back Down?
Oh, why are you saying it like it's a weird
Fact.
opinion to have? That's a good opinion, Hamish. What are you saying?
I remember when I was up at Hughes once, I was like, "Oh, I see you got the Lord of the Rings collection." And he goes, you mean my coasters? I just put my stuff on top of it, and then Never Back Down went on again. I just could never get out.
Yeah, Godfather was like holding up my table for stopping it for like shaking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He uses the backside of Citizen Kane, like, to check his hair and
That's how long
Shin
ago
was
it was.
listening. That's how long ago it was.
the last time you had hair.
But I would think, like, even if like a movie bombs or that, James Gunn's got, I think, the right direction to go. Like, see the ideas that he's got people excited, and it's more of the Guardians kind of idea. Like, let's get these nobodies, or these B-list or C-list characters. Like, Peacemaker was great.
Yeah,
Peacemaker was really good. I mean, like, I maybe got a lot of credit back. Like, out of all wrestlers, like, you've got probably then Batista, I would say, and then Cena. Like, because Cena's better than The Rock.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah, we had this literal exact discussion. I think it was me and Hugh, and the first time we were the first Scorpion King.
Yes,
yeah.
I think you did, and you kind of listed it that way. But
I was like, it's definitely got to be Batista, then Cena, and then The Rock. And Hugh was like, I don't really care about this argument.
but again, the reason why I'm saying that is that you've got James Gunn coming in and looking at, like, people that may not look typically have that range, or like have that kind of
he's got good casting abilities.
Yeah, and so having like a bunch of misfits, kind of like similar to the Guardians, or doing not a complete reboot of Superman and Batman, and having stuff that's like we've been saying for years, like what they should do with Spider-Man. Give us Miles Morales, and guess what? When they did a Miles Morales movie, it fucking done gangbusters.
Oh, you just reminded me that sequel's coming out very soon.
Spider-Verse, yeah.
Oh,
but you know what I mean? It's like, if you do something different, like if they did like Batman Beyond, they had Terry rather than Bruce.
Well, that would be cool.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
totally.
Like, the TV series, like, is great. Why haven't they done Batman in the future, or a different type of Batman? Because we've seen, how many times have you seen Batman's parents like get shot the fuck up?
So many times now that it's ingrained in my brain.
It's like laughable. Like we get it. It's the same. Like that's why they don't do it with Spider-Man now. You've seen Uncle Ben, like bite the bullet a bunch of times as well.
Everyone knows. Like even people that don't really watch these kind of films, they know. So you don't even need to show it in the film anymore.
Yeah. So like I would give James Gunn the benefit. He wants to do like a good Superman movie as well. And not to say that Man of Steel or any of the Henry Cavill movies were bad. It just wasn't. It just didn't feel like Superman to me, which is such a shame because I do like Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Superman is meant to be a hopeful character. He's meant to be like this guy who, Batman's the darkness, he's the light. But then they just made it all fucking dark.
Yeah.
But saying that with like DC, like with maybe on the upward swing. Like, did you see the Flash trailer?
Yeah, I
saw
see it.
I saw the suit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the suit.
Yeah, the suit looks a bit strange.
It looks a bit weird.
So it looks like the Power Ranger suit for the 90s.
Yeah, I was thinking it was all kind of shiny looking and stuff like that as well.
You seen Supergirl?
I've seen a bit of it.
Not the show, the Supergirl that's in this.
Oh right, no.
Like she doesn't look. She's not blonde. I don't think she's not
You've
maybe.
already lost my interest, mate.
She's got dark. I can't remember the actress's name. I probably should, but like, it's a totally different look, and she's getting dragged all over the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't.
But because she doesn't look
Like
because of the way she looks, like.
Because she's got dark hair and stuff like that, and it's shorter and stuff. I don't know.
But is it like that doesn't look like the character I envisioned, or is it like a?
Oh, they're just saying it's
like
woke.
what was her name?
I'm not 100%.
Not Halle Berry, Haley, but the Little Mermaid. Like,
yeah,
people
yeah,
were
yeah.
slagging that. Like, is it just because of that, or is it?
I think it is.
Well, I didn't look too much in it because I didn't really care about their opinion, but like I was just like, all right, okay. Anything we're doing now is just, to
woke
be
propaganda.
Yeah, to be argued over.
To be fair, like it's all alternative universes anyway, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, no.
It's all like you got Ben Affleck dressed up in the proper Batman suit with the blue cowl and stuff like that. You got Michael Keaton coming back as Batman.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
looking
cool.
like Batman again. He's like, well, it was hard because Michael Keaton just had lip mouth. It was just.
I like Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah, he was a good Batman. It's Sasha Calle, Calle, as Supergirl. Yeah, she's got the kind of short dark hair. Like, it's just a different look in it.
Kind of a bit like Selena Kyle in the Batman Patterson movie. That kind of short sort of hair.
Yeah. I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing what he's doing, but like I do worry because DC always seem to like fucking misfire. Even when they've got everything going for them, they misfire.
But I don't know. Like James Gunn with now both the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker under his belt can be shown like you can have a bit of fun, but at the same time when the serious moments there, you can do that. You can do it brilliantly.
Unlike Taika Waititi.
I was just
Unlike
about
Taika Waititi.
Well, I was just about to bring that up. I mean, Taika Waititi Ragnarok, perfect. But then when he's too much Taika Waititi, you get Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So hopefully James Gunn doesn't go in that same direction.
I don't see him doing that, which is good, I guess. I don't know. We see what happens. See if Guardians 3 is great, then we know that you've got someone that's really tight with a script, tight with a directing, know how they're casting, and know how to tell a story from beginning to end, rather than kind of let's drag out another sequel. They didn't need to do another 4 movie, I don't think.
No, I don't think they were going to.
They were going to keep him in the Guardians, from what I remember. They're going to have the Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be the last one, and then I don't know. Like they were just like that.
Ragnarok was this big massive hit, and then Thor became this fan favorite where he wasn't for a long time. I don't know if the plans changed or whatever, because I think a lot of stuff changed coming into this phase. I'm actually a bit like, I know we've went off on a mad comic book film tangent, but like I'm going to see Ant-Man tomorrow night because I'm quite excited to see Kang.
Yeah.
Wait, is Ant-Man out tomorrow?
I think
is Ant-Man out soon? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, today.
Oh,
if you're listening to this on the day it's released.
Oh my god.
I might go see it. I'm now interested in Kang.
Yeah.
I've been seeing all these theory things on TikTok now, and I'm like, whoa, that guy that plays Kang, I've not watched
Jonathan
Loki.
Majors is
Not watched Loki yet.
Oh.
You should.
I know.
Probably watch it before you go. It's only like 6 episodes, mate.
An hour each.
But
Fuck.
Jonathan Majors is a pretty good actor. Everything that I've seen him in, he's quite. He's charismatic, and he's just kind of like stoic as well. Like without even saying much, you're just kind of like, oh, he's something about him. He's interesting, you know.
Words carry like
a
lot,
gravitas, you know.
Like a different villain than Thanos, obviously.
Yeah,
totally different.
Because like one of the moments when like the the pin drops, you're like, then it's like he suddenly switches, and you're like, oh shit, and like that having that range of a character that can be taken so seriously to be like, you can see them in full panic mode or full like fear, and you're like, that's so hard to capture, like, because you can see someone just hamming it up.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Jake, I'm scared, and you're like, no, he was like, you could see that happen.
Yeah.
It's so weird that this is like pivotal film as an Ant-Man film.
Yeah. Do you think though that like so? Obviously, Thor 3 loses his hammer. You know, the third film in each of these kind of series have all been quite depressing.
Yeah.
Do you think Ant-Man's going to be the same? Do you think Scott Lang's going to die or something bad's going to happen?
I think he's going to try to go up somebody's ass and then not actually do it. It's going to be like, I listen to the internet too much.
The boys already did that with the
That's true.
through the penis, so you can't really upstage that.
That's like, don't remind me of that.
That was funny, but
I think this will just be I think Ant-Man will lose. Obviously, this is going to be a film where everyone loses.
Lets people know, like, oh, by the way, Kang's someone to be,
fear.
Yeah, he's going to come and fuck everyone up. But I don't know if is Doctor Strange still around.
He's still around, yeah. He was.
He had his full icon. He's like, blah.
Yeah.
At the end of it, him and Clea came, and she was like, "Oh, you need to help me."
So I'm a bit confused on who's still going to be like, because the Hulk. Is he going to be around?
Did he not go to Sakaar or something like that?
You know, get his son back, and then his son had like this weird haircut, and people like, look, they've demasculated his son. And this is from She-Hulk and stuff.
No, was She-Hulk? That wasn't a canon, was it not?
I don't know. Like
She-Hulk was. I liked She-Hulk, but that I thought that ending.
Was it to piss off people?
They were like, because everyone was moaning about the Marvel ending where it's like everything just turns into a big fight.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to kind of say because it went meta and like she went into the writers' room and was like, nah, we're changing this ending, so they could retcon it and be like, no, that's not actually what happened because maybe they don't want to do the whole fourth wall breaking thing.
Yeah.
But I think midway through that, Hulk ended up going back to Sakaar, like the place from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's around, but he can come back.
Yeah. I hope Jeff Goldblum comes back.
Then the whole mixture in with the Secret Invasion that's going to happen soon as well.
See, I think that's the problem when you have so much going on and you know far ahead what's coming next.
Mate, imagine getting into this universe now.
Hi.
Like you've got 29 films or something like that, and then like 6-7 TV shows, and you're like I like content, like cool lore, but fucking hell,
yeah.
Like this is why comic books every so often do that like a clean break, and they go right, we're starting again because like there's no way we can keep this continuity.
Yeah, I've seen that meme, and it's like if like my future child, if I ever show them the MCU, and then I show them, Infinity War. I'm not going to let them see Endgame for a year because they're going to have to go through what I did. I'm just waiting that year. But it's so much stuff, and that's just the movies. There's also all the TV shows. You know what I mean? There's just fucking so much content
and stuff, and
too many things for me anyway. As a 30-something-year-old man.
Well, it's not too much for us if we keep up with it. It's too much, like you say, if you get into it now.
Yeah, and you got to have nothing else going on. That's the problem. Is like
Hugh's got nothing going on. Don't worry about it.
That's true.
We've got Octopath Traveller 2.
Is that your
segue?
Your pathetic
I quite like talking about Marvel stuff because like it suddenly just got interesting right there. Like I liked Shang-Chi and I liked all those films, but they're quite low key for me. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's a different guy, mate.
That's
Thor's brother, mate.
God damn it!
But I mean, like this phase hasn't been particularly great. If I'm going to be honest, there's like things I don't even remember. Like, see, you mentioned Love and Thunder. I'm like, oh my god, I did see that movie at the cinema. I completely forgot I'd seen that. Wakanda Forever. Like, I know you had your experience the last time we were talking. You didn't have a great experience. I watched 10 minutes of it and I couldn't get into it. But then again, I wasn't huge on the first Black Panther movie. But then again, I put that down to just being like, it's not what I was wanting.
He's just racist. Have you seen?
Whoa, no, you can't leave on that.
Have you seen Black Panther 2? Have you rewatched it?
Are you racist on me?
I have partaken in downloading it.
It's on Disney Plus.
I don't have Disney Plus. I'm not paying fucking 12 streaming services. So
just pay for 13 them.
Like, from what I remember from my rage-filled half viewing the first time, the guy that played Namor looked cool, and I was like, oh,
yeah, he does.
That could be real interesting if I could fucking hear what he's saying. So I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm going to watch it with Sinead, and we'll try and.
Who's Sinead?
My fiance.
Just checking.
Testing.
We'll watch it. I'll see if it's any good. Like, because I put off watching all these films, like Shang-Chi and stuff. I didn't even watch him in the cinema. I watched them at home, just because I wasn't interested. But now I can actually see. All right, here's where we're going. We're going to the Kang invasion, Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, I think. See, basically after like the Infinity Saga, there needed to be like films. They obviously wanted to keep films coming out to keep building up the lore and building the world and keeping people interested and being like, oh, remember we're still making films.
Yeah, because we've got Miss Marvel and like moving
like,
for the Marvels and stuff. Yeah.
If these films had came out, these Phase 4 films had came out separately, if we didn't have the Infinity Saga, they would have done really well and stuff like that. But you need to take into account there's the fatigue and we've just had the climax of Endgame and stuff like that. So everyone was like, what are they going to do to build up to that? So I think they needed a wee rest period. Like an active, like an active rest period, So just mouth stuff, and then then it gets
Get back into the action.
Yeah, then it gets.
I like the way you said mouth stuff there.
Yeah.
They shot the boat. They're recovering.
Yeah,
They're going for seconds.
yeah, but you can't let them like fall asleep or anything like that because then that's it, done for the night. So,
Is this what you got up to in the weekend?
you get the analogy,
Yeah, no, I get it. I kind of want to see how it ends. Obviously, it's set up because the Kang's going to be around for God knows how many films now. He's going to be the bad guy in loads of films.
Yeah.
And I want to see Scott Lang die.
Why?
You're not an Ant-Man fan?
No, not really.
Or a Paul Rudd fan?
And I don't really like Evangeline Lilly either as the Wasp.
How dare you?
She's funny.
I
don't know what it is. Like sometimes she can be
actress.
good. Yes, she can be good, and then other times she can be god awful.
I don't think they've wrote her very much though in the last couple of films. Like the last couple of films, any film, they've not wrote her very well.
No, they had that one joke. That was a payoff in Endgame where when Captain America was on the talking to everybody, she's like, "Can you get that for us, Ant-Man?" And then she turns to us, "I sure can, Cap," because that's what Ant-Man called him back in fucking Civil War. That was worth it. 5 movies. That was totally worth it for that one joke that she said.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm not getting it.
No, because like
she called her Cap because he.
No. He she called Captain America Cap because Scott Lang was going on about how him and Captain America were pals, and he's like, I get to call him Cap.
Oh, right.
And that was it. So she's like,
how do you know this?
Well, because like, I remember watching the movies, and I like Ant-Man, so I'm really sad that you want him to die.
It's maybe why I don't.
Maybe that's why you don't like it. It's because I like him. You're like, I want.
You maybe remind me of each other.
I mean, I think he's fine as a character. I've enjoyed the films. Do I think that he can? Like, there's much point in keeping him around for much longer? No, probably not. Especially when they're bringing in the younger,
cheaper,
like Young Avengers and stuff like that. Yeah, cheaper actors and stuff like that. Like,
have you read Young Avengers?
Some of
like the original run. Dom, do you know anything about it?
No.
Like, so there's like, sorry, and Captain America: Winter Soldier. No, what was the fucking TV show? Phoenix. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. They showed the Black Captain America, didn't they?
Black Captain America.
Black Captain America. God damn it. And then I think it's his grandson or something like that. And sorry, Hamish, you should have said you were sparking, man.
You were on a roll, mate. I didn't want to interrupt.
Right, so his grandson, I think, gets his blood or something like that in a transfusion or whatever. He becomes like the Captain America of the Young Avengers team. There's young Hulk and young something else, and they're like Wanda's kids. And then there's like Iron Lad, who turns out to be young Kang. I don't know if I'm spoiling shit that might happen. I doubt it. I doubt this will actually happen.
Is there a Scottish Ned that goes about and his name's Young Team?
Fuck's sake.
I'm clipping that. That's going to be the TikTok for this.
I don't think that they're... well, apparently there's not any plans to do any Young Avenger thing. And even if it was, it's like... There's like Miss Marvel. Who have we seen so far? Miss Marvel,
is it?
The new Hawkeye. We've not seen like Squirrel Girl yet. We've seen Echo, but she's getting her own show.
Yep.
Of a Hawkeye. So like we've seen Young Avengers, but I don't think there's any plans to do anything with all of them together. So I don't think you're spoiling anything that's going to happen.
It'd be cool though if you got like Iron Lad, who is young Kang. Is it Iron Lad? I don't know. I can't remember what the he called himself, but like,
go on, Iron Lad.
Kang comes back to get him because he's like, wait, you can't be fucking helping the Avengers. You're me, you motherfucker.
He's like, I am.
And I think the young Kang realizes who he is, and he's like, oh fuck, I don't want to be Kang. And like, it's a whole thing, mate. It's a good story. It was a really good story.
It's a good story, but it's just a comic book story, you know.
Yeah. And then the thing with Wanda's kids and how we fit them in with the whole thing.
Well, I mean, in Doctor Strange, they kind of brought that through the multiverse, that they do exist in an alternate reality, so it could be just reality jumping and bring that through. Then you got Moon Knight, and then you got, like, you know, so much.
Still watch Moonlight.
Moonlight.
God damn.
Moonlight, that was years ago, mate. Like, have you seen La La Land?
No. I actively avoided that film.
See, I think Dom got that joke, but I don't think you got that.
It's the same director.
No, it was the one that they got mixed up at the Oscars.
Oh, was it? Oh, right, okay. I don't tend to watch Ryan Gosling films unless they're actiony.
Or Barbie.
Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
That's Ryan Reynolds.
Ah, well, same thing, innit?
Why? Is there a joke I'm not getting here?
No.
No.
Drive is good.
Yeah, Drive was good. I liked his jacket, his wee scorpion jacket. It was good.
And he's in Blade Runner 2049. And here's my little segue into something I've watched. Guys, I actually just watched Blade Runner for the first time.
The original?
The original.
The original one?
I say the original. It's
Harrison
some
Ford?
version of Blade Runner.
Oh, did we not? We mentioned that the other night, didn't we? Something came up about Rutger Hauer, and you were like, and was it you I was talking to? Something came up about Rutger Hauer, and you said you hadn't seen it or something like that.
He's in Scorpion King 4 or something like
Yeah,
that.
Rutger Hauer,
yeah, and like, I'd never seen Blade Runner. Obviously, it was a film that I was like, fuck, why have I never seen this? I love sci-fi, love all these actors. Then I watched it and I was like, this film looks amazing for 1983 or whatever it was.
It's insane. Like, see about the projectors and stuff, like, see the billboards and stuff. It's like,
how does it look that good? And I don't think that Ridley Scott's went back and added it.
No.
He's not George Lucas in the fuck out of this film.
No, it's not like, and again, I think it's because it was, a lot of it was like camera trick directions and stuff. It wasn't much like computer generated stuff. That's why it works so well.
Yeah, the buildings never looked so crisp. There was no like blur to it. And I obviously got like a 4K HDR top version of it.
Top daddy.
Yeah.
And I was just like mesmerised by the film. And like, I love the fact that it was quite slow. Like, you ever see films now and like there's just something to move the plot on every 10 seconds? I don't know if that's the Marvel thing or whatever. But
I don't think we can blame Marvel.
No,
for
I'm
all
just
that.
saying that's a big common thing. They release the most fucking films. Maybe it's that I only go and see franchise films or whatever. You know what I mean? But this film just kind of revels in its setting a lot of the time. Like, it's like, oh, here, how cool is this set we built?
Yeah,
let's sit here and look at it.
It's not afraid to just have a slow build and actually steep you in the kind of, environment. And
yeah, because a lot of people think when they have to do that for world building, they need to take like an hour and a half to do it. When it can be like, no, it can just be a slow pace. It can be a brisk walk.
Yeah, and I could tell what the world was like just by them showing me it instead of someone telling me.
It's like, it's miserable out here. I was like, yeah, I can see that with my eyes.
It's raining Harrison Ford. And Harrison Ford's obviously brilliant, but like not a lot happens in this film. Not a lot actually happens. It's quite small in scale, but like it feels quite like it just felt
modern,
brilliant. Like I felt like I was watching something that I was like, wow, this is really fucking good. I know I'm not fucking revolutionary here when I say Blade Runner is a fucking great film, but like I didn't expect the film.
Hot take, mate. Hot take.
Like if you watch Star Wars now, the original Star Wars, you'd be like, oh, that's quite good, but did it deserve all that hype? And yes, it did in 1977.
Yeah.
So like a film that still gives me that feeling in 2023 from 1982 or 1983 or whatever. Yeah, that's special. That's fucking good stuff. That's good going. Well done.
I mean, I think that's why.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, I think that's why like a lot of like Harrison Ford movies do actually keep up with the times. Like Indiana Jones movies, like apart from maybe like the third one and Crystal Skull, were a bit like And again, that wasn't because it was more the story than it was anything else. It wasn't the case of how can Indiana Jones survive in a nuclear fallout inside a fridge? Like, motherfucker jumped out of a plane on a
And the first one with no fucking...
out a plane into water, into rapids and stuff like that, and people were, they didn't want to complain about that. But movies like that are just fun.
Yeah.
And I think Harrison Ford has got a good career for it, but no, Blade Runner's fucking... Blade Runner's great.
I didn't watch the original version with the voiceover that happened. I've seen clips of the voiceover bit where people are saying, like, you don't need the voiceover, like, the film shows you what the film's
you can
about.
infer what's going on, yeah.
So I don't know if it's maybe that was the reason it, like, wasn't very well received at the time, but god damn, it was a great film. And, like, I'm now, like, I was going to watch Blade Runner 2049, like, straight after, and then I looked at it, I was like, 2 hours and 49 minutes? I was like, I'll leave that for another night where I've got a bit of time. And then there's an anime, Blade Runner Black Lotus.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Yeah, I saw clips of it on like a... You ever heard of I can never say this fucking band's name.
Periphery?
No! Perpetrator?
Stop scraping your leg, Dom. That's going to come up.
Perpetrator? Something like that.
Perpetrator?
So, I went even... Perpetrator? I need to cut this out. Whatever. It was like a synthwave
that you can't think of it, mate.
Yeah,
it's preposterous.
I saw clips of it. Looks fun. So Blade Runner.
Yeah,
I recommend it.
You recommend this, like, 40-year-old film?
Yeah, pretty much. Aye.
Good to know, mate. Good to know.
Like, have you ever read Neuromancer?
No.
I think it was around that time, or just.
Is that Philip K. Dick?
No. This is William Gibson.
Right.
So he wrote Neuromancer in like the same time that Blade Runner came out, pretty much. If you read that now, you can see where nearly every sci-fi trope comes from, especially when it comes to like the Matrix and Ghost in the Shell. Like, I realised that Ghost in the Shell took a lot of its like stuff from Blade Runner, obviously, because it's the same sort of fucking ideas.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise how much it had borrowed and how much these different films like media borrow from each other constantly.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Ghost in the Shell, especially the 1995 anime film. Just mind blowing, like, good at the time when I watched it. Scarlett Johansson film, it's fine. But this 1982 film, Blade Runner, does a better dystopian fucking android film than 2020 fucking
films
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, much later that you would expect. You know, we should be able to do this better by now.
Tell a better story, make it more realistic, have the technology to make things look
amazing.
Yeah.
Plus, all the actors in this were amazing. Rutger Hauer was just hilarious, hilariously like weird.
Is there Edward James Olmos as well and stuff like that?
Yeah, I didn't recognise him at first, and then like I was kind of like there was a lot of theories about his character because he kept making the wee origami things, and I'm like, oh wait, is he one of them? I'm like, oh wait. Are all these guys one of them?
Yeah, it keeps you guessing, doesn't it?
Yeah, so
it's interesting. Yeah,
I'll watch 2049. I'll get back to you and tell you if that's a good film, right?
Oh, have you not seen that before?
No. I went through my wee like when I watched Dune, and I loved the film, and I was like, oh, what else has this director done? And he was Blade Runner 2049 director, Denis Villeneuve, and I was like, shit, I can't watch 2049 without watching the first one. It's this whole ongoing thing of me not seeing things and creating lists of things that I need to do and then just going home to watch Dragon Ball Z. Or Scrubs. One or the other.
Yeah.
You just watched any fun films lately?
I watched the first Harry Potter.
Oh.
I'd seen it before, back when it came out. But I watched it again because I got Hogwarts Legacy and I was enjoying that. And I just do this thing where if I get a game that I like, I just get obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And then I do all this research and stuff like that, and then it just occurred to me, like, I've not actually seen all of the Harry Potter films, but I hadn't seen any of them in a very long time. So I was like, after I was kind of too tired from work and stuff like that, and I didn't want to play a game, I was like, I'll just put on Harry Potter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's alright.
It's
a
bit long, isn't it?
It's just, it's very long. I think I actually kind of fell asleep near the end.
The first film and the first book are probably the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. She obviously wrote a fucking kids book, and then those kids grew up and the books grew up with them. But like the first film's not very good at all. I don't think. Like especially, I don't think the actors were very good. The kid actors weren't the best, obviously, at the time. And then
I mean that can be forgiven. They're kid actors, but I do remember thinking when I was watching it, like, I hope they get better. Like,
yeah,
and I know they do, obviously, and I don't know. It was extreme. Like, see, obviously he's kept in like a cupboard under the stairs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and the dad's like a pure dick and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like how would he get away with that?
No post on Sundays. That's why.
I've got, mate, there's tons of like. As I was getting older, I was like, I read them all at the time, and I was like, oh, these are really good. And then when you get older and you reread a bit, and you're like, that was a weird decision.
Yeah.
Like
Goku wouldn't have done that.
I think the problem with Harry Potter was she was. I don't know this for real, but like she was maybe making up as she was going along, or if she was making plans, it was maybe for a book at a time.
Yeah.
It's just some of the stuff doesn't make sense from one book to the other.
I mean, I feel like it's very kind of obviously the kids in the first book, they're young, and it can kind of be said the same with J.K. Rowling. Like, she was probably just a young writer.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she was when she wrote it, but
What was the first
basically,
book?
but you can see, the mistakes that would be made from a young, inexperienced writer with some of the shit that
The
goes
cliches
on.
and the tropes and
probably did the reason that they got better was because she got better, and so it's kind of poetic even that these wee idiot wizards are shit, and then they get better.
Yeah, it's all about growing and
Right.
learning.
You probably don't know this. I don't know if I was explaining this to you before, but do you know what an isekai is?
No, refresh my memory.
It's an anime term for. I think it's like going to a new world or something like that. You're reincarnated in a new world.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that's-
like Forspoken is famous. Like that's the modern equivalent of that. The lassie from there dragged from New York into this,
Aye,
new
you go
world
to a
and-
new world where you're powerful.
and everyone loves you, and everyone's like, "You're the best."
So in Japan, there's that whole it's a whole genre
Mhm.
where like a guy will go to a new world and he's like a god. He's got all the power. He's got all the money. He's irresistible to women. This is like hundreds of fucking anime, by the way. There's some cool ones that like play with that trope.
That's just
it's quite cool.
that's just a power fantasy in it. That's just like a
Yeah.
self-inserting. Like, how cool would it be if I went to somewhere and
Aye, that's they call it isekai, and it's super fucking popular over there.
stupid?
Aye, a lot of it is. Some of it's pretty fun, but like that's what I felt Harry Potter was. You know what I mean? Like he's this fucking badly mistreated fucking boy, and then all of a sudden he's got loads of money. He's popular. He's the most famous guy in that world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a power fantasy at 1st
Mhm.
and like I feel like he doesn't ever really learn anything because he's a wee dumbass.
Mm.
He's always so stupid through the books, and sometimes you're like, God damn it, Harry! I'm dumb, and I make better decisions than you.
You're
Would
a
he
wizard,
reach
Harry.
through the pages and strangle them, and
Aye.
slap his stupid wee
Glasses off his
specky face.
aye.
He's like, "My scar."
He's wee scars for him. Shut up, you wee. I'm not even going to.
That's a child. Stop looking at a child.
I know.
That's when
Fictional child.
that's when it's a lot easier, though.
I think the books and the films got a lot better by the third one. I think Chris Columbus was the guy that did the first two.
Didn't you discover America?
He did between that he was doing Harry Potter films,
All right.
and then there was somebody Curzon. I can't remember. Like, I just know that his second name was Curzon. Quite a
Right.
famous director, I think. He did the third one, maybe the fourth. But like by the third one, I think I was like, oh, that's
You noticed a
that's,
shift in the
that was
quality.
the first book I read as well in Harry Potter.
third one.
The third one.
Did you not know it was?
He wasn't good
Part
at
of a
math.
series,
He
or-
wasn't
No,
good at math.
I think I got it from Morrison's at the time. I just picked it up and bought it. I was maybe 12, 13, and I was just like, I read it and I was like, oh, that was good. Wish I understood most of it. Like there was loads of like lore I obviously didn't know, but they're not that difficult to figure out.
Yeah, from context you can kind of get what's
I
going
went back
on.
and read them.
Yeah.
The third film though is where you probably think, oh, this is way better. It gets darker. There's a different setting. They change the setting of the castle to a big Scottish castle instead of the kind of shitty flat English one. Like,
Yeah. I mean, like, there's things that I'm kind of noticing now, but obviously, like the Hogwarts the game, that's all in Scotland and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Argyllshire and stuff like that, which I think is more accurate. When I watched the first film, I was like, doesn't seem very. They do go to Scotland for like the train or something, do they not though?
Yeah, technically it is set. Hogwarts is in Scotland, but
Yeah.
the castle they use as the set for the first two films, I think, is in England, and it's not quite got that landscape that the
Yeah.
other films have.
Yeah.
It's even just like, sorry, I know you're asking about movies that we've seen, but exploring Hogwarts in that game, man. It's so expansive. Like, it's
Yeah, just got it, man. Like,
it's absolutely huge.
this podcast has never had a structure anyway.
Yeah, true. Like there's honestly there's so much to it just in Hogwarts itself. Obviously, I mean the game's called Hogwarts. If you don't have a fully fleshed out Hogwarts,
Yeah,
you kind of fucked it. But yeah, there's like loads of wee puzzles and stuff like that, and lots of exploration. And I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but it's really cool. Just even I know I've got quests and shit to do. I've
Yeah.
got class to go to,
Oh,
but I'm just like this is like Bully and Harry Potter had a baby. Because you need to go to class and stuff like that.
Barry
and learn
Potter.
shit. Yeah.
yeah. The game looks good. Like, I've seen the inside of Hogwarts, and it looks quite detailed. Obviously done with a lot of love. But I don't. The only criticisms I've seen are the external. There's not a lot to do, but there's also that Revelio
There's
spell.
a massive world. There's
Yeah,
well, not a world, but there's like a huge valley thing. The Revelio, that's just like
it's detective mode, isn't it? That's
basically it's just puts out a wee pulse and
Yeah.
shows you where things are.
it's quite Ubisoft.
Yeah, a wee bit. Yeah.
I mean, most games have that.
Yeah,
Some games
I
have that.
know.
Good games have that.
I think that's that open world trope. That's why I kind of get put off it. Like when it came out, I was just like, do I have the energy in me to open world it? But like, it sounds fun.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I've not played it much. The thing that I was thinking though was like, and it had never occurred to me before any time that I had seen any Harry Potter, was just how horrible the name Hogwarts is. Like a wart of a
Yeah.
pig. Like, why would they pick that? Is that ever explained?
No, she isn't very good at making names for things.
I think she's quite racist with names, isn't she?
Yeah, well, it's either just ignorant, because like you could say it's racist, but also ignorant of things. Like I think she called her own like Asian character Cho Chang,
Yeah.
and people are like, that's not like, you could just go see a Chinese person and say, hey, what's a very common name?
Yeah.
Or Google it.
Look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Google is a thing. Yeah.
I saw a tweet and it was like, I don't know why the Hogwarts Legacy won't use my name. I'm Irish and it's Potato McCarbomb. And I was like, that's pretty good. That's very good. Maybe she's not very creative when it comes to creating names for things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if the world was fair, she wouldn't be Britain's fucking richest novelist, because there's way better fucking authors out there. But she hit a zeitgeist, didn't she?
Yeah. No, but I've not seen it. No, anyway, to
No,
go back
no.
to
So
your
you just watched the first. Are you going to watch
Yeah.
the second, and third, and fourth, and fifth?
yeah,
The
I'm gonna go through
seventh,
them.
and then
There's
they split the seventh book into two, obviously, because they had to stretch that money making.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go through them.
Oh, they become insufferable by the end. By the way,
I need to Google when it's okay to like be into Emma Watson though. Like just
see when you Google it. See when you realize you have to Google it.
That's when you know.
That's no time, Hamish. No time.
No, you'll be doing Lifetime if you keep
Aye.
looking for searches like that.
we well, I was watching House of the Dragon recently, like the first time I'd ever seen it,
Yeah.
and I was messaging Hugh, and I can't remember
You
exactly.
know what he's going to say, don't you?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how the thing went, but I think something like you asked what I thought of it or something like that, and I was like, oh, it's good, some good characters, and you were like, what was that again?
I think I pointed at the one person that I
yeah,
knew
but
you were talking
that was
about.
after, like, I think I was like, I need to Google it. I need to Google something.
Oh,
That's what it was.
it was young Rhaenyra, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Millie Alcock, whatever her
Millie
name is,
Alcock,
yeah.
aye.
But I can't remember how we got on there, but I was like, I need to Google something, and then I'll get back to you. And then you were like, that's Millie Alcock, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, she's 22, it's fine. I'm going to need to do the same thing with Emma Watson. Emma Watson? That's her
Aye,
name,
it's
isn't
Emma
it?
Watson,
yeah.
That was a weird thing with House of the Dragon changing those actors. I don't think they needed to, but
No, I think that that annoyed me. That was just like, I get you're trying to show there's been a time jump, but just,
time jumps were too quick as well.
yeah.
But you gonna watch the rest of them?
Yeah, I will do, yeah. So you might, for the next few weeks of the podcast, get some Harry Potter insights.
Cool.
We're so up on recent pop culture here.
Yeah.
Blade Runner,
Aye, Blade
Harry
Runner,
Potter.
Harry Potter.
all these new films.
Dom, you gonna hit me with like? Oh God, let's think of something old now.
I've got something old that I've been watching. I've been talking about like rewatching it for a while. and I know you're going to hate it. I think Katie, you might hate this as well.
Is it something to do with you?
No, it's not to do with me. Just in conversations, me and a few people have had, me and Andrew are having talks about like funny comedian stuff, and I'm like, do you know what I've not seen in years? Alan Partridge. So it's 2 series.
Nah, I don't like him.
I'm very indifferent.
Yeah, it's cringe. It's British cringe. I think it is best. So we watched the first 2 seasons of like his BBC show. It's only 6 episodes each. So it's funny just remembering how ignorant Alan is and how insufferable he is. But then you've realised that that's a lot what the media is kind of like now. You have these uneducated or people that think they're much smarter than they actually are, being proven wrong time and time again. But their ego is so big that they can't deal with that criticism, so they just lash out with like crazy things to say.
That sounds like Hamish.
I'm traditional, mate.
But yeah, like it's, you could tell that it was like 90. I think it was like 98 for the first season, and it was 2002 for the second. It was like a bit of a gap.
The glory years.
But he had like other series like Knowing Me, Knowing You, and he's got his audiobooks and stuff like that as well, like in the old house, where it's him like getting stuck. I think he gets stuck in a loft, and it's just an audiobook of him trying to get out, but he's finding all this old material. He's like, oh, this reminds me of our time, and it goes on for like
weird,
a whole
Steve
series.
Coogan, man.
Yeah, man. But
That sounds like it could be quite an interesting format, though.
Yeah. He's got his movie that's out as well. I want to see that because I actually haven't seen that. When it is Steve Coogan as Alan Partridge.
Yeah.
It's like a bomb. I think it's a bomb in a bus or something like that, and he's trying to
Like
figure it out.
Speed.
So like a bit like Speed, yeah.
Do you know I think the first time I saw in the cinema with my mates, none of yours.
Parole officer.
Yeah.
Parole officer? Aye! How did you know?
Because I remember seeing that in the cinema and going, who the fuck is this guy?
I think I was about fucking 14 or something like that when that came out.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we'll go see this.
Wait,
And I was sitting there, I was like,
that was the first film you saw in the cinema?
with friends.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
So,
I was
like,
going to say, surely you'd been in the cinema before.
About adults.
There was a couple of us that went to Claybank. Sorry, we've just doxed ourselves there.
No, you say a couple of us went to Claybank, and it's like, you're doubling how many friends you actually have. Like,
I think there was 5 of us that went. But like the film we went to, I don't know why we even picked this one. Like, your young stupid Waynes, and like it was like, oh, we'll go see this, and I was just sitting there like, this is awful. I have no interest in this film whatsoever. But it's always stuck with me because it was such a bad experience. I was like, fuck Steve Coogan.
Is that's her name? Lena Hendry?
Lena Headey?
She's in the Pro Officer.
Maybe
Lena Headey,
Yeah.
like Cersei.
Yeah.
She's there's a moment where like Hugh will probably remember this where she's getting undressed and Steve Coogan's just like he's tried organise like a plan to get like a tape back, and he's just looking at her getting changed in the mirror, and like he was like, oh, this is really creepy. He just falls back.
I would have awoken something in you, Hugh.
See, but I remember watching that movie. There was it's just nonsense. It's like he's got like there's one line I just remember. It says, "If you go to prison, they're going to make your ass the size of a clown's pocket."
Yeah, do you know what? That is the only line I remember for that film as well.
And he's sleeping on the side of, like in a car on the side of the road, and then all you hear is like, "Ass the size of a clown's pocket," and he wakes up in a fright like, "Oh!"
That's ridiculous.
So, but yeah, it's like it's aged as much. It hasn't aged badly.
No.
Because again, the commentary it's got Britain's
because it wasn't any good in the first place.
Because Britain's always been a hellscape.
Yeah, because again, funnily enough, there's a whole thing like currently going on at the moment where politicians are talking about death penalty and bringing that back. They mention that in like in a talk to talk bit with his book, like he's asking the audience thing, and someone's like, "Should we bring back the death penalty?" And I'm like, "God, that was '98," and fast forward, over 2 decades, and there's still trying people bring up that nonsense. Like, but
time is a flat circle in Britain, or
a roundabout.
Yeah.
So that was a Steve Coogan impression. Yeah.
We should just do like how we always slag like other countries and other towns and that. Like, we just don't like living where we live, do we? This stupid wee island.
Nah.
I like it.
So I have a question for you, right?
Yes.
So Blade Runner, Alan Partridge. Why is it you think? I'm assuming, right? You guys both probably have things that you've been putting off watching for a wee while, but new things. I mean, recent things. There's new movies that you want to see, new TV shows you want to see, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Yeah.
So why is it that when you get the chance to watch something, you go back to something old instead of choosing something new?
Well, with me, with Alan Partridge, I'd seen it years ago, and it was more just like a nostalgia thing. Like, so I think that's more of a reason to see that, because I'm used to it, and I know some people that still use the jokes that he's used all those years ago.
So like a comfort thing? Or?
Yeah, and I know Andrew was wanting to see it as well, so it was, when I was saying, "Want me to download it?" Yeah, we can get that. So we, and then, funny enough, it's not on any streaming sites, so we're like, "Oh no!" Like, how can no one know this man, Alan Partridge? But
It's not on BBC.
it's not an iPlayer or anything like that. But I think it's comforting to watch something you've watched a bunch. It's like Scrubs and The Simpsons and stuff. It's like good to have like a fallback series. It's there. Like, I mean, I'm still working. Well, me and Andrew are working our way through Modern Family. I'm like on season 9, I think we are now. We're both on that, and I think it's finishing up soon.
Yeah.
Season 11, I think you get to, or 12.
Yeah, because like I think it's 11. Yeah,
11, I think, yeah.
But having episodes that you've watched and you're familiar with, you can still watch it and enjoy it, but you don't need to have your full attention on it. So it's more relaxing, I'd say. That's my answer.
I watched Blade Runner because I knew it would be good, but I'd never seen it, and I was very interested in watching the rest of like the series. It was a choice between that and Empire of the Sun. Empire of the Sun? Is that the new Sam Mendes film? Anyway, it was a new Sam Mendes film or that, and I was like, well, I don't really know if that's going to be any good, and I've wanted to watch Blade Runner for ages. I'm going to go watch Blade Runner. I don't know, like, I think a lot of the time I put off playing new things or watching new things, because I'm like, I'll eventually get to that.
Yeah.
I've got things to catch up to get to here, if you know what I mean, but that's a silly.
So in your head, you've got like a wee list, and you just add that on to like on Spotify play, add to queue, or
Add to queue.
Yeah. So I kind of been doing that this year, to be honest. I've got that way: books, comics, games, films, stuff that I've been putting off. And then I'm like, yeah, let's make a wee list of things to play.
To your list of games that you were going to play this
Yeah.
year, how many have you played?
Well, I played 4 of them, and I nearly beat 2 of them. But then I was playing some demos this week, and I've not had a lot of time to play games lately. It's just that games I've not hardly played any games this year. Mostly because the games I want to play, you need to put a good couple hours into, and I keep only having half an hour here and there, which isn't what I want to put into a fucking RPG.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I want to get right into it. I want 5 hours.
Alright, if you only have like an hour for an RPG, don't bother.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah,
like you're just settling in at that point,
Right. I know she listens to this now because Sinead's like our number 1 fan, right?
Hi, Sinead.
Yeah, she my fiance.
Oh, yeah.
She knows she does this, right? So last week some point last weekend, I put on the PlayStation, I put on Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core, and I was like, hey, let's get 5 hours into this. Let's get the back broke on this game. I mean, maybe 40 minutes in, the door opens in the spare room when I was playing, and she's just gonna stand there like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, playing my game. All right, okay. And she just came over and stood next to me, and I was like, wait,
Can I help you?
what are you doing? She's like, no, just want to hang out with you and see what you were doing. I'm like, do you want me to stop playing the game? She's like, no, keep playing your game.
Obviously, you don't want to stand here for 4 hours.
I was like, why are you still standing? She's like, no, I just want to, be around you in your presence. And I'm like, right, okay.
Damn, Hugh. It sounds like you don't want to be loved.
Do you know what? It's very cute. It's lovely, right? But my brain's going, stop distracting me. I don't want any of my outside life coming into this. I am the guy in this game.
It's me and Zach time. That's
right.
what it is.
It's me and Zach. I've got to save Cloud. Got to beat Sephiroth.
Come on.
She's just like, I'm like, stop, like trying to manipulate me.
Stop, Joe.
She's not trying to manipulate me. I have to say that because she listens.
Do you know it's so
She just wants to hang out with me, and like I'm just like, no, I want to do my selfish thing, play my game. I want to be in my world.
Yeah, it's a
My
hard life,
selfish
mate.
self-
It's a hard life. Like, listen, man, like
It's tough, mate.
that's the thing when we're getting older, right? See, when you're like a kid and you come home from school and you're like, homework or games, and you're like, fuck that homework.
Yeah.
Like, and you just game until you go to sleep, and you're like, that was amazing. Let's do that again tomorrow. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, got to put washing on. Go do this.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Adult. You need
Yeah.
adult, mate. Yeah.
Wish I could just live like.
A bum.
Aye, why can't we not just do that, boys? Why just get like a flat, right? And we live just in our fucking boxers all the time.
We've done this. We've
So we did.
we've been
So
down
we
this
did.
alleyway, Hugh. Like,
What we need to do is get podcast advert revenue. We need to get streaming revenue. We just need to get people to pay us to do stuff, so we can talk like this once a week, and then just I don't know, make like $4 or $5 grand a month each.
Yuck it up playing games every day.
Not even like if people are gonna pay us, we'll just do a 24-hour stream.
Yeah,
Because
Every day?
we're funny all the time.
yeah,
You know?
constantly.
We'll just have Big Brother and that shit.
Yeah, we should
4
actually.
p.m. and
Hamish goes to get another beer.
5 minutes past 4.
It's the 7th of the morning.
At 4 a.m. That's a prime time to drink beer.
Oh, man.
So, did you guys do it for Valentine's Day?
No, I went. I helped our friend of the podcast, Ross. He moved house.
Hey,
Romantic.
I helped him, and then I went on a night shift. So I saw her maybe 40 minutes that day. No,
Oh.
no, she wants to just hang about with me.
Yeah.
No, the thing about the game is like that's why I haven't played those games. And that's why how I said in January I'm going to beat these 4 games. It's now nearly the end of February.
So you're blaming Sinead for...
No, just life.
Happy Valentine's
Things
Day for
things
Sinead.
get in the way. Like you probably know it yourself. Like, oh, this week I'm gonna get right stuck into this game, or I'm gonna watch this film, and then just things happen, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm pushing it back, and then you're like, I'm pushing this back a lot. Do I actually want to play it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you gotta think about that stuff because I played other stuff this week. I played some demos of stuff. I'll get in a wee bit, but like it's maybe like you were asking why do you do a certain thing. I think when you see you've got that time and you've got the inkling to do that certain thing, do it. Like don't force yourself to watch the new thing or force yourself to watch the old thing.
Mm.
It's about enjoying that time because you don't have hundreds of it. So like, oh, I really wanted to watch Blade Runner. I'll watch Blade Runner instead of going, oh, I should watch that new thing, or I'll buy Hogwarts Legacy because that's the new game out. Because I'm definitely buying Like a Dragon Ishin next week.
That's some groundbreaking advice here. Like,
No.
if you want to do something, do it. Like,
Mate,
yeah,
I don't know how many
makes sense.
times I've spoken to people, especially people like us who are into loads of different type of media, and they're like, "Oh, I need to play God of War Ragnarok. It's just came out," and I'm like, "You don't need if you
If you
you're
want to,
stressing out,
it should be want, not need.
yeah, if you're stressing out about your free leisure time, you're doing it wrong."
Yeah. That's not having leisure time. That's just getting stressed while having time off.
Yeah.
That's not our job, innit?
Aye. Because again, you could
Um,
sit there like staring on Netflix and spend like 15-20 minutes and still not pick anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
it's like so frustrating when you have that because you get so much choice that you get overwhelmed and you go, do you know what, I'm going to have a sandwich to just deal with this.
Yeah, Hamish, I'm going to have to open a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. See, when you were mentioning helping friend of the podcast, Ross, see, he asked me like a few days before, and he was like, "What are you doing on Monday?" Or "What are you doing on Monday?" or something like that. And I was off, so I was like, "I don't think I'm busy. What's up?" And then he was like, "Oh, I'm moving house. I need some bodies." Obviously, that's why he didn't put it in the first text, because But I expertly dodged that thing. I was like, "Oh, I'm moving house. Oh, where are you off to, man?"
We definitely had a conversation about that. he went, listen to this. That fucking cunt Hamish, right? I asked him if he never came out and asked you. He just said he was moving house, and you're like, "Oh, where?" Instead of you going,
That's the thing. He never.
"Do you need
asked.
some help?" He went, "Oh, where are you moving to?"
Yeah, well, I mean, if he wants help, then he needs to ask me. And
You should,
then
you know what, Ross,
even-
you should ask him right now.
Throw it down, Hamish. Throw it down.
even
that
on the
button up.
day, like, he'd never contacted me. So for all I knew, he had sorted it, and I'm
We
not
will-
going to go out of my way on my one day off to,
We will solicit Ross for a response.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Anyway, Dom, what did you guys do it on Valentine's Day?
No, both of us were working, unfortunately, but we did have like a
You
nice.
guys are boring.
we did have a nice Valentine's Day dinner.
No,
Which was this?
wait, Dom. What did you do on Valentine's Day?
I was working all day, mate.
You dumb shit for? That's my job.
but we had a nice meal. Yeah, it was good. It was good. A
Did
good day.
Angie-
But
did-
you celebrate your love every single day. It's not just for
Yeah, that's
Valentine's
true.
Day.
It's no corporate holiday shit with
I
us.
know, no Hallmark, Hamish.
we
Hallmark,
love our
Hamish, that's what they call you.
So if you celebrate it every day, then you should have celebrated it on Valentine's Day. So you could have told me something that you did on Valentine's Day.
We don't have to do things.
I
to
was
show
working on
love.
Valentine's Day like you.
So was that?
Yeah, there you go.
Boring lives we live.
So
I was really hoping that would lead to some kind of conversation. You guys,
but
have just
unfortunately,
ruined
I think it's because we're like, you know,
working men.
Do
Working
not fall
man.
into his trap. He's trying to get us into a trap here. This is.
oh,
he's
it's
baiting
just
us.
because it's evidence. Is this what you mean? This is recorded evidence.
He's
You're
baiting us
under
in,
oath. Right?
he's baiting us into being terrible partners.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you don't need much of a push, man.
So I was out at the Carlin. Oh, that's how old it is. I went out to the
Go to
academy,
yeah.
to watch a gig. It was
Who was it?
who was it?
Yeah.
It was a man that's not been in Glasgow for 8 years.
Who was it?
Kanye West.
It was easy.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's
No.
been here for a while.
It was Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So I'd seen him the last tour that he did at the ABC,
Yeah.
which was one of the last gigs that I'd actually seen before. Unfortunately, the place basically burnt down, which is one of my favourite venues in Glasgow. And when I was going up with Simon and my pal Muzz. So
I like how you say Simon and my pal.
because you know Simon, and I don't know if you particularly know who Muzz is. So
Yeah, but it's
just
just
like,
like, you know, Muzz is
my
your
pal Simon, my pal Muzz. Is that better? There you go.
See,
Sorry,
he's baiting
Simon.
you again, man, like-
He's a masturbator. Anyway, so we get the tickets, and Muzz says to us, "Is like, oh, this isn't going to be like your normal Weird Al gig." And I laugh because I'm like, "It's Weird Al Yankovic. Like, you know, how could it be normal? How can it not be normal?"
Yeah.
We go to the academy, and there's seats on the ground. I'm like, oh, this is weird. Because I've only one other time that I've seen seats on the ground, and that was for Stan Hope. Is it Stan Hope? Oh, what is he? He's a stand. Oh, what is his name?
Oh yeah,
Oh, what is his name?
Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope. That's it. He did like a.
Doug Stanhope.
Is
That's the character in House of Cards, is it not?
That's it.
No, we've got-
He used to do like bits in
What's
a
his
BBC
name?
TV show. He's an American comedian.
Doug Stanhope.
Yeah, Doug
Doug
Stanhope.
Stanhope.
Oh, I'm thinking of Doug Stamper.
Yeah, so he did a stand up,
Right.
which I thought was very strange at the academy,
Yeah.
and had seating in the ground. I was like, that looks really strange. But it was also the same night that I seen like a fight break out
All
at
right.
a stand up comedy gig. I went, what the fuck? And people were just like beating the shit out of each other. Very strange. And he had to stop the show. He's like, what the? So I'm trying to do a bit, and someone just started swinging handbags.
So obviously, just to emphasise that he's the stand-up because he's the only one standing up. We're all
Hey,
sitting on the floor.
at the end of the night. Like, but so Muzz had said to us, is like, yeah, it's going to be a strange one because Weird Al's not going to be doing any hits. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, this is like a sit down intimate gig where he's going to do like stuff that he's not played in like decades because he's been going for like 40 odd year.
Yeah.
But it was great.
And
It was-
was that the case? Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't play the hits. Yeah.
He didn't play the hits. He played. He says like, so guys are like, you've probably seen on the tickets and stuff that it's not going to be your average show. It's not going to be. I'm not going to do costume changes and do all the bits there. It's going to be the full set of this whole gig is just going to be all Smash Mouth. And he started playing Rockstar, and he's like, all right, no, it's not going to be that. So they did do like a, it's Weird Al's parodied so many bands and so many artists and so many personas that you could be like, it's like unlimited sort of like genre jumping and
Yeah.
define, but he does stuff himself that is unique to Weird Al. It's his own material.
Yeah, he's got original songs.
Yeah. And it's always nice to hear that. And then there was one song, I'm trying to remember, I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically a Doors song. Now, the Doors are not the most popular band, very psychedelic, very... Jim Morrison was very much like a poet rather than a singer. He would usually just talk into the mic. And Weird Al had this whole parody song about him talking to his mum. He's like, mother... And the lights, it was an incredible light show. Considering everyone was just sitting down, there was just lights everywhere. And it felt like we were at a Doors gig for that one song. Because it just kept going on and getting funnier and funnier. Because it's just like, the story wasn't making any sense, and Weird Al was like trying to remember where he was, and he's like, wait, hold on, like, no, I'm gonna have to start the song again, and then starts the song again from the very start, and you're like, oh no, not just chaos. Worth a show, what a show. Honestly,
that actually sounds more like a
Stage
more
show,
unique experience than just a show of him doing his hits.
yeah.
Because he must do that all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas these obviously aren't going to be as common, so...
Yeah, and it was nice. It was nice to see him again as well. Like, because when they seen him,
He's-
I'm like, Weird Al, you
His
know,
friends,
yeah, big Al, you know, I'll get him on the podcast.
Nice to get a few drinks in the pub after, you know?
But he's one of those comedians as well that doesn't swear.
Sick, Hamish.
This chair's so loud, man.
I don't know.
And I'm just hitting the mic and everything.
No, I'm commenting on it so that I don't have to edit this bit out.
That's fine. I wasn't planning.
Right, cool.
I'm going to sneak off to the toilet, so...
Alright, me and Dom will continue our chat. Right.
Enjoy.
But he is one of these.
This has been recorded, and I've got the recording, so don't say anything bad about me.
Fuck Hamish. There you go. Say it to your face though.
Okay.
Fuck Hamish.
I know an offer as well.
Love you, Hamish.
Can't believe how unprofessional he is going to the toilet right now.
Taking a big pee.
It's because he's drank at least 14 cans of Stella Artois.
It's the best though.
No, like 14 cans. No.
14 cans.
So did you play Sea of Stars?
No.
No. Did you play any of the games I suggested?
What game is he? What?
O-
I played
Octopath Traveller?
I played a wee bit of Octopath Traveller, but then I was like,
Like, me and you can talk about Octopath Traveller, right? How pretty is this game?
for the style, because I remember I didn't really play Octopath Traveller 1 because, again, like I played the demo of that and I was like, it's a bit like, you know, your 16-bit whatever.
Yeah, 60
It seemed to play a lot better in this, but I don't know if it was patched like with the update compared to Octopath Traveller. Like the demo, and obviously you're only getting a small bit of the level.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's that much upgraded for it, but it does, like, it looks nice for what the style is to try to go for.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think of it?
Yeah, obviously, it's my genre. I love that.
Yeah.
I went the character that I think is the main character.
Yeah.
No, there's 8 characters. Octo, blah blah blah. I think I went the guy who's going to be the main thrust of the story.
Mhm.
And he's in prison and stuff. It's pretty fucking cool. The effects, like, I think I was amazed by the effects in the first game, like where you shoot spells and the fire and the lighting. It all just looks like a diorama,
Mhm.
like of like 8-bit town or 16-bit town.
Yeah.
But like, I thought it was a step up and looks. It was clear. Obviously, this is on a PS5 and not on a Switch, so
Yeah.
the graphics are a lot clearer,
Mhm.
like crisper,
Yeah.
sharper, a
Yeah.
lot more
Dynamic.
detail in your little pixel art diorama.
Yeah, which is so strange to say about pixel art looking good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like such a it's pixel.
Yeah, you think it could only get so good, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, you can just drop back into the conversation. Like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I'll get that.
I was going to try to, yeah.
The game's essentially the same with a few additions and kind of outside of battle abilities. I was trying to figure the word there. I was like, abilities. Fucking hell.
So it's not that different, so it's still bad.
Who has ever said it's bad?
Me?
Whoever worth listening to says it's bad.
Do you know what he's talking about?
But like, it's on
Octopath
Game Pass.
Traveller
Oh,
2.
that's okay.
You
I'll
should play
just
the
double
first
check.
one. It's on Game Pass. I think it's leaving soon. But like,
Oh, thank God.
I was honestly not going to get this when it came out. I was
Mhm.
going to wait a long time, and I'm now
Then
like
you
my brain's
made a
going.
mistake.
My brain's going. You should probably get this. You should probably get this.
Mm.
But then like a Dragon's out soon, and I'm like, you're also going to play that. Then you've got all these other games you promised the podcast listeners you'd play, and I'm like, God damn it! I really want to play this fucking game.
when is like a Dragon 2?
21st, which is in 5 days
Jesus.
or 4 days or whenever you're listening to this. It's the 21st of February.
Yeah.
That's the one where it goes back to like the Edo
Mm.
period, and you're Kiryu, but you're not
Kiryu.
Kiryu.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's very long because it's a PS3 game,
Yeah.
but I want to put a bit of time into it. And I keep saying don't buy these £70 games because they're now £70
Mhm.
as soon as they come out.
Mm.
Wait until they're like 30. But you know what your brain does when hype hits it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play more of the demo because you get 3 hours, I think, with each character.
Yeah.
That was 8. So I know you get 3 hours with each character, but you get 3 hours to play as much as you can.
Mhm.
It's just so much content though with 8 characters, individual stories.
What do you mean to play as much as you can?
I don't. I think I've been told it's a 3-hour demo.
Oh, right,
you
okay.
you can play like a lot of the characters, first chapters or second chapters or whatever it is.
Right, I get you,
So I don't know if it's you play 3 hours and it resets back to the start and you just pick another one. But I'll get a try. I mean, like the game's out soon, and do you know what I could do in the meantime, waiting for that to go down in price? I could play the first one and beat it because I played a lot of the first one, just didn't beat it.
You could pick a game and stream it on
Yeah.
a Twitch.
Could definitely stream it on our Twitch. What's our Twitch?
Twitch.tv/PatchesInGaming, mate.
And where would we find out when we're doing that, Dom?
On Twitter and Instagram.
What is on Instagram, Dom?
At PatchesInOfficial, and our Twitter's at PatchesIn.
So at PatchesInOfficial on Instagram. It's also the best place to let us know if you like our podcast, or even better,
I don't want to know.
if you dislike it.
There it is.
That would be fucking brilliant, and especially how much you disliked Hamish.
And if you really dislike it, just include your address as well, and we'll just show up at your house.
Yeah, Hamish will have a wee,
Especially
give you
if
wee
it's in
kisses.
Portugal.
Especially in Portugal.
Patch lads holiday.
Yeah.
Patch lads holiday.
The other demo I played was Sea of Stars. It's a Kickstarter game that I have kickstarted.
Kickstarter job game.
The demo came out on a Switch. Obviously, we've got funny Switches.
Yeah, you just
So I
tickle
could
them
not fucking find this demo anywhere. And like this back alley fucking website I found it on. And do you know how many fucking links I had to click and then close
to
get
it.
to get to the final download link? I think it was 9. Like
Well,
9
9.
fucking links.
That's what you get, mate.
These are the things I do. I played it fucking great. Like, see if you like Chrono Trigger or like those types of like pixely art RPGs, which is my jam. Play that game. It's fucking great. Oh shit! I said I wouldn't swear.
Well, do you know what? You've been swearing quite a lot.
You
with-
said swear less. So.
Swear less. It's really good though. You should probably try it. I did ask Dom if he wanted to do it, but he didn't want to click the 9 links.
Yeah.
So
I only clicked to 8 and I'm like, do you know what? It's not worth it.
it is worth it. It is worth it. I think I bought it on PlayStation. Like
When is it actually out?
August. It's out in August. So I kind of done myself in because like I played it and I was like, oh, dying to play more of this. Oh, it's not out until August.
There's
Fuck.
nothing to actually play.
Yeah.
You remember when they did time demos? See, like Resi did all that. Resident Evil 2, you only had like 10-15 minutes to play it.
Did they not do like a one shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
was
you
such a
literally
strange-
get one shot at it.
And then that's
Quite
it.
cool though.
It's a good idea, but it kind of sucks because if you want to play it and have a bit more fun with it, it's like, no, you had your one shot, and then you would start a new profile on your PlayStation or Xbox and download it again.
It's kind of like a safe option for the like Hideo Kojima and stuff like that. Always wanted to make a horror game where if you died, it would just
Delete the game.
delete the game. Like not even just like erase your save, but like you could never play the game again.
Someone
And
should
obviously, people were like, "Fuck that! I'm not paying full price for a game for that." But I mean, that's like a safe way of doing it. Like just having a demo. Like you get one chance, and then
Yeah.
when you die,
and
that's
one
your fuck.
opportunity.
Yeah,
Grab it, not let it go.
with your mum's spaghetti.
Glad you've got that. Someone should have told Hideo Kojima not all of these ideas are good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why we're getting a Death Stranding 2.
Zing! I actually was going to download that onto my laptop because it's on PC Game Pass.
Mhm.
And I was like, you're not going to play that game.
Yeah, it was
Like-
on Epic had it. Epic Games had it for free, for Death Stranding. And do you know what? I was like, Walking Simulator. I've had a few people tell me it's like after 15 hours it gets good. I'm like, oh, not one of these types of game that after a certain amount of hours. But
Well, man,
you know, I
Final
might give it a
Fantasy
shot.
13 gets good. At some point. I've never reached that point.
Oh.
I know, but yeah, I mean, apart from the fact that like everyone thinks good is different, that's subjective. So, do you really want to put 15 hours into a game and then you're like, oh, it's good for them, but not for me? So
Yeah.
I've just wasted 15 hours of my fucking life.
Do you know what I put 15 hours into and it didn't feel like I wasted my time? Goddamn Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. That was a
Yeah.
great fucking game. Honestly, I was shocked at how much fun I had with that game. And with it running on a Switch, how great it ran. The soundtrack was amazing. Kirby's abilities were great. You could upgrade them all if you wanted to, like to 3 stages. And I'm like, this game,
I thought his only ability was sucking.
sucking and transforming, mate.
Sorry.
Sometimes, I mean, if you're good enough, that's all you need, Hugh.
We're playing then, Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I gave up on Kirby a long time ago. I think I was playing, it was Epic Yarn, and I was like, this is lovely, but this is boring me.
Yeah,
Like, it's so easy.
I
Yeah,
even really enjoyed watching Dom play it.
Yeah, it's a great sort of experience, like a good sort of like relaxing game. I'd say like it got a bit stressful near the end, but it was still fun.
Jaw sore? Was your jaw sore?
My jaw sore from all that sucking.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
That sentence for
Dom's used to it, mate. He sucks all the time.
I suck all day, mate.
seeing a Scottish accent. Was your jaw sore? Just sounds like mumbling now.
And we're not making it any better.
The Portuguese guys have already fucked off, man.
They're just like Jeezy peeps out here, mate.
Jeezy peeps. That's all the games I've played. By the way, this is a structure.
Yeah.
It's still a gaming
Is
podcast.
Yeah.
So Hamish just talked about anything else other than Hogwarts Legacy?
I finished
Midnight Sun.
Midnight Sun. Yeah, that's about it. I was waiting on the last mission, and then I was like, no, what? Actually, I can. When you finish it, you go back and you can still do all the same stuff. So I was just like, I'll finish it. That last mission took fucking ages.
Really?
Yeah, like it wasn't like ages, but there's a lot of stages to it. And then while I was playing it, friend of the podcast Ross came online, and he was like inviting me to a party because he wanted to play Call of Duty. But I was like in the middle of this, so I was like, I'll get to him in a minute. And then we got all the way to the end. There's like, you've got 3 heroes, your 3 strongest heroes. You need to fight waves of enemies, kill them, and then like they basically activate a wee totem thing. So you go through that, and then my last one died, so I had to go all the way back to the start of the mission. And he's like, "Fucking invite," and I'm like, "Ross, will you just fuck off, man? Like I'll be there in a minute." Like
it's not even his fault. You're just raging at the game.
Like, if I don't accept, I'm clearly busy, right? So just leave it.
He's probably sitting there going, fuck him, fucking accept this. Like,
accept my invite.
Accept my invite, bitch.
Accept my invite, help me move.
First world problems.
Oh, you want to talk to me and you want my help? What the fuck?
So this is definitely a one-way relationship here.
But yeah, I think eventually I get the DLC, Deadpool and stuff like that. But it's like 30 quid or something like that.
What?
Just now for the season pass. Which isn't a normal season pass price.
Season pass. So what would you get? Like, do you just get Deadpool to add them to your team, or do you get missions and shit?
You get missions and stuff like that, yeah. And there's going to be 4, so there's, I think it's Deadpool, Venom, and two other people. 2 other people I can't remember off the top of my head just now. But it's still, I was just like, I mean, the game was like fucking 60 quid, so 90 quid all in. I was like, nah,
I can't justify it.
But it'll go
that
down.
money off you?
Yeah, it'll go down in price.
Yeah.
I mean, see, to be fair, I'm happy with that. I don't know exactly how many hours I've spent in it, but it's probably
Too many.
between 60 and 80 hours, maybe.
That's quite a lot, man.
So I feel like I've got my money's worth, So
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. Like I'm not like £60 is too much at all. I've enjoyed it. So, but yeah, that's all I've really been playing.
Yeah,
That's good.
To again answer your original question.
So you played the Kirby game, Dom?
Alright, so finished Kirby. Going to be starting a new game on stream this week. But in the meantime, I finished Persona 5 Royale. Happy with the achievements. Took over like 100 hours to do it, but I was like, I missed out a crucial part to go and do the DLC stuff. And I went, you know what? I went and checked. It was like an extra 45 hours. I went, I'm fine. I am fine. I says as much. I had so much fun playing this and having the bonuses that they had in the game to make the game a lot easier to go through the dungeons and stuff. I'm happy. I'm good. I enjoyed the story again. Whatever.
And
but
you spent so much on it as well, you know, like, but you got your money's worth, didn't you?
Yeah, I got my money's worth from a game that was on Game Pass. So, I am now currently got Batman Arkham Knight. I'm playing that in between probably the game I'll be streaming as well.
Which is going to be?
Metroid Dread. It's going to be.
Metroid Judge Dredd?
Metroid Dready Dread.
I can't wait till you go up against them fucking robots, man.
I think it's going to be like, so the people that really want me to play this, I think just want me to suffer.
No,
It's like Big the Cat all over again from Sonic Adventure. That I was like, I just want to die. Straight to this fishing
mate,
game.
this game is
Tom,
really
I
fun.
promise you, right? The people that want you to play this don't want you to suffer. Everyone wants you to suffer.
Dude, he couldn't even wait. He was like, I need to get this in now. I need to get this in
I was
right
like,
now.
you better not say this because I've got this loaded up.
But yeah, Batman had an update on the Series X.
Why?
Batman himself.
Batman, he was like, yeah.
He's like, I'm sick of these frame rate issues.
Bat OS.
Get update that shit myself.
So I had a bit of an upscale for the Arkham collection and Arkham Knight.
I know, like I'm gonna like to, but are they not still waiting on the update to make them even playable on PC?
On PC. They still
Warner
have
Bros
it.
was just like, who's one? PC players? Fuck them.
Do you know the thing is though? It's still buggy. It's still buggy. There was a moment where I was just trying to glide along and the game just froze, and the Batman logo came up at the bottom right. I went, well, I've never seen that happen in any version of this game.
That's new.
I waited like a couple of minutes and went, yeah, maybe just turn this off.
Yeah, that's nothing's happening here.
But yeah, like the story again, you forget how well voice acted and the direction of these games are.
It was Kevin Conroy, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Kevin Conroy there as well. But
R.I.P.
yeah, it's visually. Just pour one out for a homie.
Yeah, I don't have any left.
No, you would be pouring it. You pour it in your mouth.
Should have had the claims we were making about your drinking when you were away. We put a number on how many cans you drank tonight.
That's only 4. That's
Teen.
Also been playing some more Fortnite and stuff because it's so much
good for the algorithm.
Yeah,
good
you
for the
just
algorithm.
mentioned
Yeah, we'll just
Fortnite,
mention it. Geralt is now available if you've got the season pass, and you can do some of his missions. And it's very strange seeing like a Witcher character jump about with all the anime guys jumping about as well.
It's not a real game anymore. It's just like
the game was strange a year ago, like, and it's only gotten worse.
No, it's always been odd. Like they always just have the anime characters. I feel like it is a new thing because they have their own original kind of anime characters that have their own stories and stuff. But do you know what? I don't care. Give me Doom Guy. Give me Goku. Give me Jeets.
I love if Doom Guy was just like, I hate this, and just ripped that guy in two. Like,
I do like one of the taunt that you get for it. He brings out his wee miniature and does like the fist bump. He doesn't.
Oh,
he
yeah.
even plays the Doom tune. It's great. Wee bits like that. You can't fault a game like Fortnite for at least,
Okay.
keeping it. Oh, well, you can, but you get to have Deku's punch and Goku's Kamehameha, or whatever they called it in the.
See how you get that? What was Doom Guy's like special thing? Did he have one? That he
They
brought
didn't
out?
have an event for Doom Guy, which was such a shame. I thought they would Geralt doesn't even have one either. I thought they would give like abilities like fire or
Yeah, Ignite.
yeah, like it's so bizarre.
Alright, I mean, you know what the fucking spells are called.
Or have Henry Cavill come in and go, fuck.
The Final Fantasy characters have Firaga or Curaga.
Curaga.
Fira.
What, because I said one spell, you'd be like, oh, I know spells too.
I know all the spells, mate. Meteor, bitch.
It's not a
You're
spell,
all
mate.
these nuts.
Is it fucking? It's not a spell.
That's the thing is dinosaurs we're all like scared of, mate.
I'm scared of them too.
I'm scared of
If
dinosaurs.
a dinosaur's scared of something, I'm scared of that damage as well.
Bet they weren't scared of bears though.
Ah, the bears weren't existing then, though, were they?
Dino bears, mate. Bearosaurs, mate.
Pterosaurs. Pterosaur Rex.
How long's this been going? We're getting delirious.
I've been drinking. I've got a fucking excuse with you guys.
I'm tired. I'm an old man.
But yeah, like it's been a ride.
Are we still talking about Fortnite? Fucking hell.
No, I was finishing up there. Jesus.
Alright, cheers. Sorry.
Do you want to go over your fiance's suggestions?
Yeah, well, Sinead hit us with some serious feedback. She did call.
Sorry, Sinead, that was me.
Even after she was so nice about you.
Oh.
Well,
You always say that
to
she
your
says
face.
such mean things.
She
behind my
does.
back.
She does. She says such mean things. She was wanting to start a segment that I would do about me and Sinead's really dumb arguments that we have. And she sent it like she's probably voice note in, but I'll add the voice note here.
Right, play it for us so that we know what you're talking about.
Right.
It's really quiet,
I
mate.
was listening to the podcast earlier and I had a wee idea that I thought may be quite funny. So, I hope you're all good, by the way. So, me, you, sometimes have really stupid arguments, and then later on you think, why the fuck were we arguing about that? But anyway, so this one I thought might be quite funny. So it was, I think, last week or something. I was in the kitchen making food. I looked in the fridge and I'm like, why is there so many spring onions? Hugh had been shopping like 2-3 days before. I think I'd maybe used some of them for like sandwiches and stuff. But I was like, why did you buy like 2 bunches of spring onions? So there was like 12 spring onions in the fridge. So I goes in and I was like, Hugh, why did you buy so many spring onions? And he's just like looking at me as if, what you talk about? And I'm like, we're never going to use them, and they're going to go out of date, and blah 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 blah. And he's just like, Sinead, why is that even relevant? Like, why do you care? And I'm like, I hate food waste, and I just like, what are we going to use them for? There's too many of them. Why couldn't you just bought 1 bunch of spring onions? Why didn't you buy 2? Like, blah 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 blah. But anyway, so I was just wondering, do any of yous ever have really stupid arguments with like your friends or colleagues or parents or like partners, and then later on think, what the fuck were we arguing about that for? It makes no sense. Also, something else I was thinking about. So Hugh tends to refer to me on the podcast as his girlfriend, and I was like, but I'm his fiance. But then I was thinking, I do the exact same thing when I'm speaking to like somebody in work who might not know who I'm talking about if I say Hugh. So I end up going, like, my boyfriend. So I don't like saying fiance because I think it sounds like, ooh, my fiance. So what do you think? Does it sound stupid to refer to somebody as your fiance? Or should you just be like my partner or my girlfriend or my boyfriend? What do you think? Also, your podcast is quite funny, so I'm really liking it, and love you guys. Bye.
Oh, she's
so
just
so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, like I would try to disassociate myself with Hugh as far as possible. So anytime he's like, oh, I would like boyfriend, I'm like, nah, Hugh Stewart. No, I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know if someone's coming in and questioning me about him. I'm like, he's done something.
Is that your boyfriend? Is that your boyfriend?
I think that's definitely the easier one to answer. Oh, by the way, Sinead, we love you too.
Yeah, we love you, Sinead.
I feel like you don't need to say fiance these days as much because young people, or well, people our age, do we still count as young people?
I think so.
Yeah,
someone
people,
tried to describe to me in work a younger person in their 20s saying like, oh, I heard my pal was going out and getting piped, and they turned round to me and went, do you know what, Dom, I'll just explain what piping means. I'm like, having sex. She went, how did you know that? I went, Jesus, do you think like these young kids, you think I'm that old?
I don't think it's your age. I think it's
the fact you've never had any.
Right. Oh, that's because I'm celibate, right?
Know any of that stuff.
I'm a good Catholic boy.
Like, when someone says like, laying pipe, Dom literally thinks of like workmen, like
engineers.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, wow, there's a lot of pipe getting laid tonight.
But yeah,
anyway,
so these days, like, there is much less pressure, and there's so fewer people our age who want to even get married or think of it as a big deal. So no one really cares anymore if you're engaged, if you're planning on getting married. Whereas back in the day, it was more of a like, why have you not proposed yet? You've been going out for a year. Like, what's wrong with the relationship? So I think these days you don't really need to say or differentiate between fiance and boyfriend. Also, because it's no one's fucking business.
Yeah, well, it just sounds clunky, awkward, especially in our accents. It's like fiance. I just say.
Don't you mean Beyonce?
I don't know. I go through a couple different words: girlfriend, partner, Mrs. All those usual things.
Mrs. I don't like that.
She only picked this up because she realised I talk about her on the podcast, and she was like, "You talk about me a lot." I'm like, "Well, I'm around you all the time. Like, I love you.
Like, yeah, I know a thing or two, but yeah."
That's my house, strange woman.
The stupid argument thing. I think she's underplaying the spring onion argument.
Right. Okay. What is your side of the onion argument?
Fuck's sake! Right. I bought spring onions.
Onions have layers.
Why 12?
That's not even a lot of spring onions. You ever cut up a spring onion before?
Yeah.
I cut some shapes.
Like you can stop hitting your mic down.
I didn't hit my mic at all.
Right. So you're making something with spring onions, right? You're using.
I don't like spring onions.
Is this a gaming podcast anymore?
It's a life podcast.
I don't like spring onions, so I wouldn't use them.
Oh, you don't like veggies, do you?
No, I just don't like spring onions.
You don't like vegetables?
I do like
I
vegetables.
seen you bulk once when you put spinach leaf in your mouth.
Oh, but that's because it
No, I
reminded me
like
of something
spinach.
else.
I like spinach. I've
Well,
always liked
There
spinach.
was a leaf of some sort you put in your mouth and you went, "Bleh."
No, I don't like what's those ones that you have at Christmas? Brussels sprouts.
No, it wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
But like the spring
Anyway.
onions, right? I bought spring onions for something specifically. It
What
didn't
was it specifically?
ramen. It didn't work out. I didn't have the right things.
What are you ramming it in?
Didn't expect that. I did not expect that. at all. Then I just didn't use it. You right? You right like that?
Did you need a moment
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
You
yeah.
need a
You
moment?
wanna get it
I
out?
was so proud of myself.
I just left them in there because like I was just like, throw them at the back of the drawer. I don't want to see them ever again.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she was having a bad day. She was having a day with me, which is
A bad day itself, yeah.
she's like, her tone wasn't, what are you going to do with these onions? It was, what are you going to do with these onions, you fucking idiot? Like, you've all met her, she's this violent. She threw the onions at me. I cowered in fear.
You were in the corner crying.
I was like, look, I'm really sorry. I will eat the onions raw right now.
Did you?
Yes, of course I did.
He's a man of his word.
She,
Everything in this podcast is real.
And obviously you were only crying because they're onions. Like.
yeah. She gets really annoyed with food waste, and when it comes to veggies, I don't tend to get annoyed with food waste because it's veggies.
You don't care about the
they're,
earth?
They're very cheap. Well, veggies are biodegradable, obviously, Hamish.
No, if you leave them in your fridge, like they're.
They get all nice and mushy. You throw them outside. No, but
For the seagulls.
Some mulch.
that's like one of her like things that gets her like mad. See, if I don't like cook something that I'm meant to before the date, or like just leave something, she gets like super mad, and like that shows you the level of our arguments.
Mm.
We never have like relationship ending arguments ever. We never like go. I don't think we've really had an argument in front of people like a night out and that for a lot, like maybe 10 years
Yeah.
since we were like kids drinking constantly. Like that's our arguments now. That's like, you've not ate these spring onions on time. What the fuck? Or like, what was the other one I was mad about? She wouldn't let me put my shoe rack in a certain place, like in the bedroom. It was in the spare room, and I wanted to put it in the bedroom because there's more room in there to put all my shoes on. Like, these are really fucking dumb, boring arguments. I know this, but like, these are the arguments that make you mad for like 2 and 3 days.
Yeah, going on.
Like, so what? How,
Should have gone there.
like, I know a few of the reasons Angie will get mad at you because I lived with you too, Dom.
I don't think we have any arguments that would be.
Washing on the couch.
Hmm?
That was one. I was like, one day I tidied the house when I lived with Dom, and then he just came and put his washing on the couch, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking hit him with this washing and that.
Did I not fold them?
I don't know.
I
I was
remember-
too mad to pretend that I knew what you were going to do with them. I was
But
just
I think it was came out the dryer. I went, I'll put them on there, and then I fold them, and then take them up the
like,
stairs.
Dom, you could have done. You could have the best of intentions, right?
That's
But
probably
my
the
brain
case.
at that moment was just like, this motherfucker has just ruined the thing I tidied up. You could have just put them there to move into the kitchen to get yourself a drink, but see at that very moment, I was
Dumb.
like, this motherfucker's ruined everything.
I feel like that's like, not Dom's problem. That sounds
That's
like
what I'm saying though. This is
yeah, that
these
sounds
are
like
like,
a you
really
problem,
dumb
Yeah,
arguments.
that's quite. Yeah, okay.
So what made you mad about living with me? About the times I jumped in your room and you were sleeping.
Yeah, like constantly. Where you're like, Dom, it's cold out there. I'm like, okay, you.
Baby, it's cold outside.
For warmth, obviously, it was for warmth, and we slept toe the head, so the bits in the middle didn't connect, didn't
yeah.
lock in.
Can't lock in.
I'd be gay. So.
Can't be gay if it locks in.
Yeah.
About the time you found me naked covered in cheeseburger wrappers.
Yeah, that was disturbing. You said you were doing keto.
No, I was just real drunk. the
Oh,
night
you
before.
just didn't find the buns, mate.
Oh no, this is terrible.
Oh man, like
I'm trying to think like
me
if
and
there's-
Hamish fell out over freezer space.
Did we?
Where's the space?
Oh well, I fell out over freezer space maybe.
Oh.
There you go. There's another. It's one-sided with this.
No, like he basically cutting this story. I may have told this story.
That sounds ridiculous.
Right,
The fact
so-
that I'm the continent can't be true.
So like we had a fridge freezer, obviously, as you do, usual.
Usually.
There's 3 drawers in it, and we went, right, that's your drawer, that's my drawer, that's like a whatever for ice or whatever. So I bought too much stuff and I put one pizza in his drawer, right, this motherfucker. And I came back, right, and my pizza was he like crushed it into like a wee ball and put it back in my drawer. And I was like I don't know, this might have been like something that was like there was tension building between us and this is the thing. But then I looked in your drawer and there was a single bag of scampi. And I was so fucking mad. I was like, he could have put his scampi on top of my box.
I do love scampi.
I took the scampi out and I threw it in the hole.
I'm all that I'm getting from this story is I'm quite impressed with myself being able to
Crush a
frozen pizza into a ball. Like I'm quite.
I'm impressed by the pettiness of it as
Yeah.
well. Like,
I mean, what else was in your drawer?
mate, that's the only details of that story I can remember. It was over a decade ago, but like, I think my drawer was like chips and.
So basically, we had rules set and you broke them. So you got annoyed that you got comeuppance. Is that what you're saying?
I'd say there's levels to it. There's levels to this shit. Well, like that, it's just some of the most like stupid, petty. Like, see if that was like now, you'd be like, oh, that's weird. He's put a pizza in my drawer. I'll talk to him about that later.
Nah, now I'd just eat it. And
Like,
that's what you get.
Taxed.
You won't notice.
What's some of the other stupid shit we've had arguments about? And God,
Yeah, I've had like tons of stupid arguments, and a lot of time I realise at the time, like or halfway through, like I'm totally wrong here. But
you're not backing down.
I'm
from it,
too
though.
far in. Like my pride is way too,
is attached to this argument now.
toxically masculine to to go anywhere. So you just
The
power
Thanos
through.
was right argument between us for a while was
Jesus.
was ridiculous because there was one night that we were in.
you couldn't
Ross's
accept
house.
being wrong.
We're not starting it again. We
We
But,
don't
like,
need to.
but, like, we were
Yeah.
just like shouting at each other, and then like Danny was like, "You need to go, like
Yeah.
get out."
Yeah.
Was that not? I had to take someone home. Was that? driving?
Maybe
Yeah.
you were there.
I do remember that. I'm like, okay, I'll take someone.
This wasn't even just one night. I'm sure we had that. a lot.
Multiple
Oh,
nights.
yeah.
It's spread across because someone. I think it was like someone just walked in and went like that. Who was right? Was it Thanos? That would be it.
Yeah.
See, like we're actually kind of interested in arguing about it, but then when you take a step back and you think, how does this look to other people?
Yeah, it's
Then
fucking
you're like,
insane.
yeah, Hugh looks like an idiot.
There's one I've had in work with my mate. We were arguing about football stuff. Not even important football stuff, right? And we were playing darts at the time. And my other friend who was watching us said we started throwing the darts like fucking spears. We're just like shouting at each other and then just throwing these, not even caring where the darts go.
Not even looking.
And then it just descended into shouting at each other. And then we both went home from work and we're like googling, like we were building cases like lawyers. And then like we were both going at each other for like 2 or 3 days. But like the funny thing is, see when it got to like 11:30 at lunchtime. Like it's like we switched off. Like, oh, lunch now.
Aye.
We got lunch for chatting. And as soon as we got back, as soon as it was the company's time again, we're like, "Fucking, let's start this again." like 3 days that went on for.
Yeah,
I can remember one now, like, see, because of that kind of workplace one. So there was a boy that was in our work, he's a big football fan, loves football, big Celtic man, big fan of Messi, hates Ronaldo. So you either a Messi fan or a Ronaldo fan, and any time that somebody said, Ronaldo's not too bad, he'd be on this Messi versus Ronaldo page and showing you stats.
Ah, right.
That kind of personality.
Before.
He's a lovely guy. Yeah, he's a lovely guy. But he said something that was so outrageous. I was like, "No, you're wrong in this." And we're just on the shop floor. We're just like everyone's just minding their own business. It wasn't a particularly busy day, and out of nowhere he went, "I could outrun Ronaldo."
What?
And we all
Sure
went,
he could.
"Sorry." He's like, "Yeah, I could outrun him." I went, "As in like outpace him?" He's like, "Yeah, I could outpace him, no bother." I went, "No, you can't." He's like, "Yeah, definitely can." So I was like, bring up that stat that you bring up with Ronaldo, like his pace from his age when he started from football all the way up to currently. I went, the speed that he can get to now is still like 5 times as fast that you could probably do. He's like, "No, I got more pace on him." One of the other boys that was with us was like, he couldn't deal with it. He actually got to a point where he was holding his hands in his head. He's like, "I need to go with my break because I'm going to have a mental breakdown if you keep continuing this way." I seen a poor man crumble because he's like, "You don't understand. Like this guy, Ronaldo works every single day, keeps fit, doesn't drink, doesn't do any drugs that we know of.
Aye, he does the good stuff.
And exactly, the Class A stuff. But he's been doing that since he's been, what, 17, 18?
Aye, the man is a super athlete, and you work in.
You work in a shop.
You work in a shop. Yeah. The guy is literally like one of the greatest athletes that's ever lived, and you're a guy who says he can outrun him.
You're a guy that maybe plays football twice a week compared to somebody that lives, breathes it for years.
It's the typical kind of
It's a man thing in it.
armchair thing, you know, like
Pundit.
if you're watching football, like they think you know how to manage a team. I should have done this. Or if you're watching boxing, like he's getting tired already. Look at him. Like, have you seen this Physical 100?
No, you told me about that.
Netflix,
Yeah, I've heard it. Like, what is
know
that?
who's in
Any
it?
good? Who's that?
Sexy Yama, mate.
Sexy Yama.
Yeah, MMA fighter.
Mate, the days of Sexy Yama UFC were fucking outrageous.
So it's like
So
a,
sexy. Should
It
have been
was,
a box, man. Remember that boxer showed you sexy? Yama?
Yes.
I was like, you figure at your UFC case cover is Yama just his top off, just flexing. He was like, yes.
I'd have bought that.
but it's
Sorry.
like 100 South Korean athletes, male and female, all different kind of sports, bodybuilding, gymnastics, even like firefighters and stuff like that. But you get those people that just think that they can do it. Like, and it just reminded me, like I was sitting watching it the other day, and I had like a meat feast pizza, and I'm just eating. I could do that, like no problem. I can take it easy.
I can do that.
You got crumbs in your top and you're just like sort it off. Oh.
No, mate, then you just curl down, mate. That's a crunch.
That's a crunch. Oh, there you go. Makes it a pizza crunch, lads.
So next time we do this, we're going to get Angie to have the same sort of idea about a silly argument that's obviously your fault. We'll
But most arguments that it's my fault. I'm usually in the wrong.
So we see how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, if again, I'll ask. I do know. I'll ask her when I get in. Like, we had any ridiculous arguments? See what she says.
It should be like, oh, let me fucking tell you.
Notepad, blah blah. Fuck. Here we go.
On this date at this time, you are annoying as fuck.
Well, I mean, that's a given.
Wait, like some annoying arguments I've had with Jason.
Family. Oh my god.
When we were in Japan, we were just winding each other up to the point where like he was literally going to hit me.
Yeah.
We were just winding each
It was
other
like
up.
King Kong versus Godzilla, man. It
Well,
was
like,
just been that level of destruction in
It was
Tokyo.
roasting, and he was wearing a jumper
Oh,
and stuff like that. And I was like slagging him, and he just, I could tell he was looking at me like, I think I could fucking punch him.
I could take him, man.
and I could get away with it because I'm in Japan.
Mum and Dad aren't here.
Like, just like, that's, you know, why does all my arguments end up with me looking like the bad guy? There's no correlation between.
See, I could be, I'll be
and
annoying,
these
and
arguments.
you being antagonistic is always going to be in that story. He's like, so they said I was being antagonistic as I was slagging them about them sweating and oh, you're so stupid. Why are they attacking me? I just pointed something out.
I get told the story where I kicked him off that seat last time. Didn't I?
Oh, you did.
Apparently.
That's such an asshole thing to do.
It's a brother thing to do.
But like, so with my family, it's just bringing up any small thing. Where it becomes either in football, MMA, like UFC, boxing, wrestling, or anything like that. My brother's is just like, he'll argue just because he likes arguing and bamming people up, but the other one will get so hyped up by it that like they have to go on Google and try to bring up facts and that. And everyone's like, oh, but that's just what Google says. That's not real. That's not what happens in real life. It's like, look at the stats here. You can see what McGregor's got. It's like, but that's just Google. You could always lose. Just get hit in the chin once and that's it. That's not who it was. And you're just sitting, just watching the fireworks go off and having a wee cup of tea. My mum comes in and she's like, boys, if you don't stop this now, you're grounded. And my brothers are letting their, like, you know, late 30s in the moment. Yeah. My mom's going to ground them.
That still always works, mate. The parental threat kind of lasts
always
forever.
looming.
If they do the lean as well, they're getting up in the chair. I'll calm down.
I know my dad won't get up, so it's not worth it for him. You know what I mean? He's not.
You're a way up there. He's way down there.
He doesn't.
Shut up, Hugh. Shut up.
Right. I don't think there's much else to go through this time.
No, I think
there was several events in the gaming world, but I don't think any of us really paid attention to them.
I pay attention to the Nintendo Direct just for Tears of the Kingdom for this Breath of the Wild sequel. Looks amazing. Can't wait to play it.
Breath of the Tears of the
Tears
Zelda.
of the sorrow of the tears don't fall crashing around me.
Hopefully it's going to be better than Breath of the Wild, because that was trash.
Straight trash.
Straight trash. Sorry, I had to get right up to the mic. Actually, I think it was straight trash.
Sorry,
I
you're
don't like
still quieter than Dom laughing, so it's
Jesus, look at that, they lines.
No, man, that shadow drop of fucking Metroid Prime remaster.
Yeah.
I'm going to play that. We'll probably have a conversation about that at some point. We're going to get back into Scorpion King 4 next week.
Oh,
Are you all ready for this?
How can you sound so excited?
It's fake.
I was saying to Hamish earlier that I seen a fight that was in it, and it was all like wires and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is going to be shit. I just can't wait, but it's going to be shit.
How many have we got after this?
Two more? Is there six?
No, there's only five. So there's five. So we only got like one more after
We've got
this
the
one.
penultimate Scorpion King, mate.
God, I wonder where the story's going to go, boys.
What's next, Hugh?
Oh, that's we're going to have to like get a few choices.
You know what we do? We need to put up a vote. Like,
put up
I
a
actually had
yeah.
a mild suggestion from someone who was like, they really liked our movie podcast because it's just something that's a bit, and a bit different. What was it? Yeah. Just for Hamish's sake, instead of like, it's because like we've been harping on at him that he should watch a certain TV series or a certain anime. We should really start him off easy by watching the Dragon Ball movie. The live action one.
Oh, no!
And I was like, that's pretty funny, because then Hamish was like, you weeps like this shit.
I mean, I've heard how bad this is. Is it just going to reinforce how how shit I think Dragon Ball Z is? Like, do you guys really want?
Well, it's not
to
Dragon
dig
Ball
that
Z, it's
deeper
Dragon
home?
Balls.
Whatever. What the fuck is the difference, man? Like, isn't that?
Oh, there we go. There's that.
Isn't that
ignorance.
just?
Yes,
Is,
it is right
is
there.
that not just Dragon Balls, like Dragon Balls spelled with a Z, like a cool 2001 emo kid, like
Look, man, I've got
It's
a
usually what you
45
pay
minute-
somebody if you want to put on the top of their head, you drag them some
Dragon
balls.
yeah.
Yeah, 45-minute video explaining exactly what you're talking about there.
I think I'd rather watch film.
I think I'd rather watch them all.
I think I'd rather get those balls dragged on my face.
Fuck,
I have a suggestion what we could watch, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, because
Probably
I liked the first and maybe fourth movie of it.
Oh God, there's 4.
There's more.
Hold on, let's guess, right? So you like the first and the fourth one of it, right? So what would that be? So there must be
4.
No, I'm gonna say no. It's not gonna be like Die Hard, is it?
First Predator.
No, there's not been that many of them, is there?
Yeah, there's been a few. Let's list this. Can't be Star Wars.
First and the fourth.
Should put like the
Give us a clue.
Aye, we close.
close out. It's a video game.
Video game movie.
Based on a video game.
Mortal Kombat.
Is it?
No.
Oh wait. Let me think.
Come on. That's not helping.
I don't know.
That's anxiety.
Sorry. I don't know. Is it Mortal Kombat?
No, it's not Mortal Kombat. Resident Evil.
Ah,
of course.
Why did I go with Resident Evil?
Why did we not get Resident Evil? It talks about it all the fucking time.
So like the live action ones are them, because like the first one's really good,
yeah.
and then the second one was a bit. The first one was a bit.
Hilariously bad, man.
The fourth one was. It was pretty good. I think it's Extinction, but in the desert and stuff.
I think we went to cinema to see that.
I think we did. I think it was pretty good. It was a desert one that was kind of based on like.
Somebody's birthday. I can't remember years ago.
But I think
Yeah,
that would maybe.
That disgusted you there. Was
Yeah,
it?
just
He's like,
the idea of all
Resident
these
Evil,
bad
bleh.
films and Dragon Ball, I can't take it.
I don't mind Resident Evil. Resident Evil would be a fun watch because
No, they were okay. Yeah,
I
they were.
enjoyed the first one. To say I enjoyed the second one would be a stretch. I have nostalgic feelings for it because it's a ridiculous.
I also loved the soundtrack in the
Was it?
first Resident Evil because they had Plague.
Yeah,
Plague Me from
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
They kind of neutered the Slipknot sound,
Yeah.
didn't they? They kind of made it a bit smoother. But like, I think that was the first film I kind of saw.
Mila
Like-
Jovovich in.
Mila Jovovich, Michelle Rodriguez. Fuck, there's more like famous
Big
actors in
names,
that
yeah.
film.
Yeah, but again, I would just put out a suggestion:
That's
either
not a bad
Dragon
idea.
Ball, Dragon Ball for Hamish.
Well, that's the thing, man. We
We
you
can
know,
maybe get a few and put up a vote,
Aye.
or
also, we could do multiple podcasts per week.
yeah, that's true.
Look at them enthusiasm. I was like, yeah.
Multiple dicks.
Jason wants back involved. Obviously, Jason is wanting to.
Friend of the podcast.
He wants to be involved more. So,
Of course.
As soon as we get in all these numbers in Portugal, he's like, I need in on that. shit.
yeah, I do that again.
Ride the coattails, baby.
Let us know how you're fucking hearing this in
Yeah,
Portugal.
please, if you got this far and you're Portuguese, could you let us know?
Not just even specifically Portuguese.
Yeah. Anybody.
Just,
Reach out.
because we're just like shouting into the ether.
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, patreonofficial@gmail.com.
Hamish address is
123 Fake Street.
Yeah, I would one day like to just do a whole episode that was literally just comments and questions from people, but we don't seem to have that many fans that interact with us, so we would love it if you would.
Do you think? I know why, because they're embarrassed to be fans of us. I would be embarrassed to be fans of us as well.
Yeah.
We should probably do a big stream in this room. This room would be great for a stream.
I'm still embarrassed of doing the podcast. I was thinking about that earlier on today. I was like, we're even getting popular, and I've like never shared this ever with my friends.
I've mentioned a few people at work, and they've listened to some of it, and they've enjoyed it. They said like I like the voice of Hamish, but the voice of Hugh I just cringe at and throw up
I
a
mean,
bit.
that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I just say a lot.
They like to take the headphones off when they hear me laugh. So
I say
Yeah,
a lot
a
of
very loud laugher.
I
Oh my
know.
god, guys, we've hit that milestone.
nice. I say a lot of ridiculous shit, so like I need to
Relax.
carefully decide who I share this with.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like my Facebook's
Legally.
just full of family members, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't really want them to listen to it.
No.
I don't want them to know the real me.
yeah, no, do you know what? No, I don't have many. No, most of my family
Friends?
don't. No, I don't have many friends. Most of my family don't use Facebook, so I'm actually lucky with that.
I know. I've been trying to find your mother on there for a while.
Did I ever tell you like maybe this will be the story that finishes it off, but
Yeah.
my
The whole podcast.
my aunt, she's older and she's a wee bit kind of one of those
Feisty?
wee dotty, and
Yeah,
and these posts that you get around, you always see like these kind of women that share lost dogs in Australia and like
shared
Clydebank
hearing,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah.
But it was maybe like 5 years ago or something like that, and it was a picture from Home Alone of the sticky bandits, the wet bandits.
Yeah, the Wet Bandits.
And it was the poster saying like these two men have been breaking into houses in the whatever area she stays in and stuff like that, and she like legitimately shared it. Like,
God's sake.
yeah,
That's some real internet like illiteracy right
yeah,
there.
there's some naivete right there. But man, just old people or relatives in Facebook just don't mix at all.
That's why I'm not sharing this.
Yeah, you remember, like, I know this is going to be like a kind of similar one they had for that. Like, when celebrities do that, it's always the funniest thing.
Like when Hulk Hogan shared
Joseph Ritchell.
Joseph Ritzel. He shared a few other ones. I'm sure he shared like Ral Moat. You know Ral Moat?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he killed him. The police shout and then took his head off with a shotgun or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Something like
that.
that. Something like that. Anyway.
Ginger guy with gingers. You need to be careful on him, man.
Sure.
Carol Baskin, when she did like her and her good friend Rolf Harris was saying well, happy birthday to.
Did they not find her husband?
I don't know, did they?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, or there's like
Woman got-
evidence that he's alive or something like that.
She got accused of like feeding him to the tigers so many times.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin.
I couldn't watch much of that when it came out because I was just like, I can't get over how ridiculous this is.
I think that's what hooked people in.
The man was in a tiger's cage. The tiger was like biting at his foot, and he's like, "Get off me! Get off me!" You're like, "You're in its cage."
What accent was that, mate?
You can choose.
You ain't going financially recover from that.
You can choose whatever you want. Right, I think we'll leave it there by the way, because what we at, Hamish? How many hours and minutes?
Yeah, about an hour and 50-ish.
That'll do then. That'll
Yeah.
I'll do donkey.
That'll do, pig.
do. Did we actually like talk about anything?
Yeah,
We had some good times, we had some bad times.
If people have made it this far, then who gives a fuck? We've already got their listen. Haha, suckers.
Nice way to treat those Portuguese people. Right, we'll see you next week for Scorpion King 4.
Pew pew.
Everyone, like, cheer. Yay.
No, yeah. There we go. So that was the yay, the no, and the maybe. Yeah.
Right, Dom, say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Hamish, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And that's a bye from Hugh as well.
In the third person.